Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome and welcome. Let's share the show as you join us, please. Let's share the show. Please help us share the show. So help us share the show. People, let me speak the typical Liberian. Yeah, let's share the show. Yo, let's share the show. Happy weekend, happy Friday, happy Friday. Happy Friday, folks. We are back for another thought-provoking, stimulating conversation. Let's share the show, please. As you join us, let's share the show. Share the show, you'll not die. Share the show, you'll not die. You'll make it. You can rest assured you'll make it. Let's share the show now. Good afternoon, good evening, good day. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. The weekend starts. But let's share the show now, please. I don't know. Yeah, let's share the show, please. My boy, let's share the show now. Papa, you're here how? Okay, so let's share the show, please. People, let's share the show now. We're not die if you share the show. We're not die. Anything you're supposed to get, you still get it. Let's share the show now. Sickle, Monk, Milton, the entire team, Lawrence, everybody was on join us. Happy Friday. If you get your godpa, who's a lawmaker, show faith today. We'll be discussing it. If you get your godpa, who is a lawmaker, come. We'll be talking about them. We're not playing no games here. Oliver, how are you? Oliver Slay, how are you? Oliver, can you hear me? Oliver Sled Jr., can you hear me? Oliver is with Top FM. Oliver, you can hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you, Steve.
Okay, wonderful. How are you, my man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's good to be here with you this evening, along with other.
Yeah, while Oliver trying to fix things, Oliver, your maybe you should go in and maybe you should come back in because the lawyer you not make it.
So indeed, we're going on. We are the world. In fact, we are the Gemmas, right? We make everything happen around the world. But
My
at the
man,
end of the day, sometimes we
my
and
man,
to I say we corner.
my man,
You
my
know,
man,
how we said it one before, but Steve. Steve,
my
sometimes we
man,
corner though, but anyway, someone will say no. We
my
are
man.
the best around the world. Well, how come we are the poorest in the world? So
I
it is
invite
Steve. Good evening. We are connected now.
Milborn.
Yes, indeed. You getting me?
Yeah, my man, I'll be here today that Friday. What you wearing yellow for?
No, sometime.
They are eating getting too much. They are eating in you now.
good. People is smart. That's what I like about you. Because even your daughter, she keep giving me out of about colors. So I don't know. But I will tell you, there was a team that support in Liberia, and I'm trying to observe. I don't know whether you're getting feedback. If not,
No, not yet. Not yet.
oh, okay, no feedback.
Mate Barrow.
Easy.
I want
Somebody is asking me for something. Let me see. I think it's in my pocket. Yes. So
why
indeed,
you think my mom will get fell me today? My mom watching the show. I think my mom will get, well, we don't want you to be singing Mate Barrow. Mate Barrow. Lead that story, bro. Crazy who bear
no, man. Look, Steve, sometimes when you bring about somebody all these for good things, then I feel a little bit terrified in my life. Like for example, I watched a video where they were having from 1956 to 1990. Then from 1990 to 2000, that means our women do. So during those days, that means from 1940, 1950, when our fathers, when they come out to tell our mothers that indeed they see they young, potatoes, or they young diamond or they love. And our mothers will just say, oh, honey, no problem. I'm happy with every decision that you want to make. In fact, I support your decision. So that was our first segment of the video that I watched. Then the second video, the segment was from 1990 to 2000. The physical expressions was too terrible or terrified in the sense that, for example, when you tell our women that somebody speak to me, they feel bad. I was looking like, from 1990 to 2000. So from 2000, coming now to where we are now, by the time you say hi to that lady, your wife will either blow you. So I was laughing. So maybe I gotta ask Steve as to whether you understand the reason why so many things are happening, or it's just it's like maybe the world changes or something is happening.
Oh man, no word have changed. No word has changed. I think what we have inherited in this time, in our time and in our generation, are selfish, emotionally driven. Some of them women who want to change nature and think that they can control reality. But I mean that before they get to fue. I can always say to anybody, sometimes when I say people say, oh, you say they want, you say that one. I don't got a problem with that thing, bro. But like I can always say, but Zlia now.
Oliver, I think Oliver also causing also distractions. There are some feedback, especially people talking in the same. So I think until Oliver can be set before you bring him on, because there are a lot of distractions.
Oliver not making.
Yeah. Or you check. Check. Steve, they're talking. They're just talking behind the same. I don't know from your end or from my end. I don't even know where you're coming from. But we got to be careful before somebody. You can't say something that the radio we now want to. Yes.
No, leave that story. Leave it. Anything go on the radio, what you having?
Oh no, is it? They're not because of Friday. No, I beg you. No, we're gonna stop.
No, wait. We gotta start a weekend. Going. You understand? You see my boy Mo already chilling. The man said,
in fact, Mark, I'm chilling also with you.
Yeah, today, all of them bottle of water because I got my bottle of water here as well.
Correct. Today, but a bottle of water.
No, this shows that we are real children of God for true because we could have had something else.
Yeah.
But we chose to abide by nature. So let me see if Oliver is ready.
Cheers to the water.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody
Indeed, Brazilian monk.
Bottle,
Cheers to the water.
We are doing it healthy.
Let's get.
But maybe you too happy today. What's going on? Mama, you too happy today? What's going on?
Yeah,
Oliver gonna check his audio first before I come out to tell you what making me happy.
Yeah,
no, we can't be playing 2, 3 things at the same time. They will not get ourselves clear.
Which country Oliver is based in? Or Grand Gillette too? Like Sehu?
Yeah, Oliver. I think Oliver is in place of Sehu.
Yeah. So Oliver is disturbing us. So you call Oliver off.
Yes. Oliver, the son is looking to know.
We're getting some feedback, right?
Yeah, but Melbourne, quickly want to get into other news, and some international news.
Man, now you're talking, Steve.
Yeah, as we build the momentum for the show, let me just say as a disclaimer, if you are here and you quit to get vest, today you might hold your heart. Yeah, if you on the radio, you quit to get vest today, hold your heart. Today we'll be focusing on the legislature and the judiciary branch of government. The legislature then, the people then who in the house there will tell you today what they need to do. Will tell you today what the Constitution say they need to do. Because everybody in the Constitution get a role. Some of y'all will tell you today, but before that, we want to get international news. Look, Melbourne, to our listeners, today is Friday the 17th. The time here is 11:20 a.m. And in Phoenix, Arizona, that's where we are right now. The weather here is very, very nice. Very, very nice, beautiful weather. In other news, internationally, Israel is asking the United States for help to continue the Gaza war. Yesterday, we told you that in South Africa, the allegation against Israel for genocide or whatever it is, we told you that that's still ongoing, or not genocide, human rights violation. The allegation is still ongoing. Today, want to bring you an update. In the United States of America, there is a Democratic senator. He's from New Jersey. He's a lawmaker.
Bob Menendez.
Menendez, that's his name. Bob Menendez is a Democrat who was caught on allegedly corruption. Who was caught on corruption? Bob Menendez. A sitting lawmaker in America. His colleagues are calling him to resign. He said he will go through the case. So the case is ongoing in America for his corruption. You're listening, Senator, to get into court for corruption. The corruption allegation, they got to make sure they look into it if that's true or not. You're in Liberia. You're in Magibi, where I was born. Me, I was born in Magibi County. My two senators then, both of them are on alleged criminality or criminal. They were sanctioned for criminality. President Joe Weah did nothing. President Joe Boakai sitting there, they have done nothing. I thought they would be looking to carry an investigation. Good thing is, My Senator Nathaniel McGill say he willing to go to court. What the other senator need? Joseph Boaga, former running mate, what he need? Somebody help me with the guy name. Emmanuel Nukwe. Emmanuel Nukwe ran with Joseph Boakai in 2017. Emmanuel Nukwe is also on session for corruption. We have done nothing about it. Today we'll be speaking about the Senate. We'll be speaking about the legislature. We'll be talking about them. Monk, what say you before we get to what say you? What is your reaction about
this? Thanks again. Once again to the listening audience and our diehard fan from the US, from Canada, Australia, Liberia, more specifically, from Radio Land. We are happy and glad to be back on SKTV for another edition. And I just read a comment from our sister Catherine Gibson. She said it's SKTV Friday. Let's make it easier for Monk today and send our cash app and Zelle. She just re-echoing our Friday ritual on SKTV, and I appreciate her for that. You know, one of our brothers today drove from Coon Rapids, a Liberian brother. He said we shouldn't mention his name. He loved to operate from behind the scene. He drove all the way. I went to pick up my picking food, and he said, "Mom, you got to wait for me. I got something for SKTV," and he donated $100. I got it here. I will be sending it in later. He drove all the way from Coon Rapids, not too far from where I was at the time. He said, "My man, I appreciate your effort. I follow the show every day." So this was my way of chipping in on a Friday or chiming in either way you want to use. But that's my thing. This is my token of appreciation, and we'll keep doing what we do every day. So thanks to the brother. And well, let me just go. You know, the whole thing about Bob Menendez case, certain kids in America, right? I tell people, American politics is like you're playing chess. It cannot be emotional. You got to understand because there are so many layers to it. There are certain news, you know, we live in an information age. So every day you wake up, you get hundreds of news all over the world, from international news to travel to education to science and research, and you got a whole lot of information to cover. So certain things when I wake up in the morning, I see it, I don't waste my time because I know that's how the game is played. There is something in America they call insider trading. It's the most common crime that lawmakers get involved into. And in America, most of the guys, they come from the private sector before they enter into government. When you enter into government, it's just to push the agenda of a business. That's why when you look at the American House, they got every sector, the banking committee, the agriculture committee, the drugs and pharmaceutical, the food and safety. Every committee, they represent a particular segment of the private sector. And every lawmaker sits on the board of a corporation in the U.S. Congress. So technically, it might look like they work for you, but their number one priority, whether you like it or not, they push business interests. The one crime they always get involved in, they call it insider trading. When they get this kind of a sensitive, secret information, they understand how the financial market works. The financial market is all about speculation. So if you get an intel that there will be a virus, you buy the stock of that particular company and hold on to it, because you know the moment the virus spark, the people that are speculating, their stock is going to increase. That's how you get rich. The average lawmaker makes nothing more than $224,000. So you ask yourself, how can a lawmaker in America be worth in excess of 95 to 100? Let him Pelosi's. Nancy Pelosi worth over $105 billion. The Clintons worth more than $350 million. And they walk out of the White House filing for bankruptcy, meaning they were broke. So you ask yourself, if these people are actually there for us, how they can leave government and get rich overnight, stinking rich, not just your ordinary riches, like tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, because that's the game that they play. So when one person act careless and they put a spotlight on you, you on your own. So Bob Menendez is literally saying that, you know what, I committed a crime, but I'm not going to leave this thing, because if that is the case, then we are all guilty of the same crime. So he's saying that he's going to stick it to them. He will keep pushing to the very end, but he's not going down. He's not going to take the high road like other lawmakers and say, you know what, I'm resigning, because at the end of the day, it's the same game that every single one of them plays. So why he should be held liable for something that everybody is guilty of? That's literally his argument. But we'll see how this case goes. And that was the number one thing in the U.S. And the second thing in the U.S. that I followed yesterday, I was watching C-SPAN. You know, there was this myth We all saw that Donald Trump's home was raided in Palm Beach, Florida for so-called classified information mishandling, which were the total opposite, because the president of the United States is the only president in the entire federal government with the sole power to declassify any information in America. So technically what happened was they raided his home, and there is something they call the Presidential Records Act, that when you leave the White House, every president got their library. They keep documents. They put it in the library for future references or for research or whatsoever. So they raided Donald Trump home. So they say he mishandled classified information. But in reality, it was the current president, who was vice president at the time, that violated the law. Matter of fact, when you go to Mar-a-Lago, when Donald Trump made a report to the National Archives, they got something they call a SCIF. It's a security or secure environment that you can store document that is protected. In the case of Joe Biden, he had classified document in his old Corvette in his garage. Matter of fact, he has some in his personal library at Penn State University. But they said, the media told everybody that Joe Biden never committed a crime, when in fact it was the opposite. So they opened two investigations. One was to investigate Donald Trump, and another one to investigate Joe Biden. Guess what happened, Melbourne? They interviewed Joe Biden. When they interviewed Joe Biden, the guy who interviewed Joe Biden came from the State Department, called him Robert Hur, an Asian guy. He works in the State Department. And when you interview the president, they got an audio recording, and they got something they call the transcript. The transcript is just like the written, when he's talking and you write it down like a tape, is like in the click, what the click does in the code. But then there is something they call the audio recording, where they are recording his voice. So the special prosecutor from the State Department, he came up with 388-page report. He named all the crime that Joe Biden committed. And mind you, Joe Biden was not president at the time. Trump was president at his time, right? So when he came out with his report, the conclusion was Joe Biden mishandled classified information. He gave some to a ghostwriter that wrote a book, but Joe Biden does not have better memory. According to his report, Joe Biden cannot even remember when his own son died, and he could barely recall the time he spent in the White House. That was the excuse he gave. So the Republican host an oversight committee. They say, you know what? We want the audio recording of the interview you conducted with Joe Biden. Guess what they did? He refused to turn over the audio recording. So the Republicans say, if you cannot turn over the audio recording, we are going to hold you in contempt. That is, you are obstructing Congress from doing her job, because lawmakers are given the power for oversight, including the president. They can probe the president. But guess what? The special prosecutor knows that the audio recording and the transcript, they are not in line, and he's trying to protect the president. So yesterday, Merrick Garland and the president's office, they were able to assert something they call executive privilege. That is, for security reasons, we cannot give you the information that you're requesting. It's just an intelligent way of protecting Joe Biden, and so he cannot be held liable for a crime. But they told the American public that it was Trump that committed a crime, when in reality, it was the other guy that committed the crime, and now they are trying to protect him. So the Republican gave them up to the end of today. If you cannot turn over those interview recording, we will file criminal charges against the Attorney General of the United States. That's the two international news that I follow today.
Thank you, Mark. Milborn, quickly, because we're coming to get straight into the conversation once we get back. We want to establish a judicial branch of government role. And to the your land. That's why you can get saying lawmaker only the function, the three cardinal function, Most of them said most of the lawmakers don't even know their own function. We'll talk about it.
They don't know their role, man.
We'll talk about it, then we'll get into how they started to start duping how most of your lawmakers that you elected are your problems. But we'll discuss them today. Maybe I'll give us some more what's going on in the town. Give us some heads up real quick. Why we ask our opponent to share the show?
Yes, indeed. So thank you, myself, for trying to share the show. So we want to encourage all of our
man. Share, like, and comment.
Simple. Share, like, and comment, and also don't forget that today is Friday. I'm going to bring you. Let me tell you, Steve, before I bring you all of the happening back home. You know, people have been waiting that on today. Let me look, I love it. Look, SKTV right now is the best. The reason is very simple because from the one up to now, SKTV continue to be on, you know, the side of the Liberian people. So people are always asking us to, Mabel, where are you? Are we coming? Even if I'm into a little time meeting, I just got to come on.
Yeah,
so please, yeah, share the show. We are appealing to you. Share the show, like.
Monkey on your own, you're tired.
Look, so share the show.
We'll open the line edit today also. I beg you get to your thing so we can read to our people because we'll discuss in detail. We don't want to add something.
No. So not really talking today. All we can do is to just explain a little bit about the functions. Then we turn it over to the Liberian people. So share, like, and comment, and also make your little contribution to the SKTV, please. We are appealing to all of you who are followers of this show. So indeed, Steve Bisonomonk and our follow nothing much in Liberia except the president is back home. And so I want to ask, maybe what did the president come with? Me, I don't know. Maybe Steve or Bisonomonk tell us. Because the other plastic bag, I can recall with the former of vice president, who is now president, Papa Nakam. So that plastic bag back then was mostly talk about if you're going home as a father, what are you carrying home? So our Panakam, the president of the Republic of Liberia, is back in country, and me, I don't know where the president come with, and I'm still, or in fact, we are still on the standby to get all the information as to what the president come home with. But Steve Bisonomonk, the issue between the no-go zone, that is the motorcyclist, and that of the Liberian National Police are growing another tensions because today the premises of Truth FM was heavily packed with thousands, or we can say thousands of motorcyclists today. They came here, in fact, they expressed their dissatisfaction with the entire no-go zone, the way the police officers are handling them, the time frame that they to them. And so the people, or in fact the motorcyclists, they are frustrated. So they come up and say, maybe, and the rest of the team, Truth FM, we're not happy. We voted for the government, and unfortunately, the government is treating us the way we are not expecting our life, or in fact, with the way we're not expecting ourselves to be treated. So there are so many things happening, but these are some of the major issues, especially when it comes to the motorcyclists. So Steve Bisonomonk and our follower, our viewer, Lawrence, these are some of the happening right here in the capital city, that the motorcyclists, they are heavily disappointed in the government, and in fact, they are even in the current vice president that comes 2029, they're not going to give their support to the vice president. So far, so good. These are happening.
Thank you. Lawrence, welcome to the show, my man. How are you? What's going on? What's happening from your end of the country? Any update?
Well, Steve, I'm okay this evening. I'm okay. I'm happy to be on the show as usual. I'd like to say good evening to all of you. President Moore, Melbourne, Steve, good evening to all of you. Well, the issue about the hairmen right now in our country have begun a mockery. Steve, when you go on the social media, you will notice that a lot of people are making mockery out of the hairmen issue. I think I sent some photos to the CEO last evening showing some picture of the happening about the people will take with us and just put rope on it and put it on. And I say, can you imagine, Steve, the issue about the hairmen? Some of the cyclists will have two hairmen on their motorcycle, but the hairmen may not be in good condition. And when you wear the helmet, you will not feel comfortable. On a serious note. It not easy, brother. It not easy. If you go on social media, I send some other photos. You will laugh. Some people want to got to pea pot and put it on your head. If I said I had me. So the government need to be careful with the whole hairman thing. The whole hairman thing. Liberians quite to get adjusted with certain issue. The issue 2017, before 2017, we had a 3-day free call. When President we came to power, that whole thing was canceled. We got adjusted to A. We still managing it right now. You buy all your yellow star meaning, orange meaning. Our brothers who are hustling to survive, right now they have been put up, they have been on a situation that they can't handle. Right now, if you go ask for hairmen now in Liberia, somebody will be telling you say $25, $30. Some of the cyclists are not able to afford that amount. Some of them riding for people they had to report on the daily basis. Maybe you ride for somebody else, they say go bring 2,000-3,000. Some of them reporting 1,500 a day. So you go look at 2,000-3,000, and once you buy the helmet, the owner of the bar expect to get his money. He's already report 3,000, the man want his money. So it have become a market in the country that people, you see some men say they think it's hard to talk, my brother.
Okay,
So there are some cycles that have been packed by the police. Somebody called me and told me, "Oh, Lawrence, the moment you cross, the moment you get to Yellow Junction, you'll see a police officer telling you, say, bring your motorbike, bring your..." Instead of them telling the man, say, no, go back, they will arrest the bike and pack the bike. Somebody back, the owner in Susu, they made them hustling, they survive. Some of them paying their children's school fee. So, my brother, it getting rapper in the country too much.
Okay, thank you so much. You know, sometimes we say some of these things and people get vexed with us. People brand us as, oh, we're not offering any suggestion to the government. We hate the government with this, with that. But we said these things earlier on during the week that these, in as much that the government wants to prioritize quote unquote safety, the way they roll it out is not realistic, it's not feasible. And this could degenerate into problem. Chaos. It's not organized. It's not organized at all. But anyway, we'll get on to the legislature today really quick. Before we get on to the legislature and the judiciary branch of government, the first branch of government we can always boast off is the legislature. The legislature mean for my papa and my woman who listening, that your senator and your representative. So you know how we voted senator and representative that then they're the first people in government. So we've been tracking their role, what they have power to do. And the thing they get power to do, there are plenty of things they're supposed to do or they can do. There are plenty of things. Plenty of things. So the legislature on a roll the legislature actually start from Article 29. So in Article 29, when you come to Article 30, give me a second, please. I want to make sure I'm on the right page. When you come to Article 34, in Article 34, it tells you what the legislature need to do, should do, or can do. When you hear them saying, well, the legislature role is to oversight, lawmaking, and speaking for the people, they just put everything together and they say that 3 cardinal functions. When you hear them using no BB word, we get 3 cardinal functions, we get 3 cardinal functions. Now we look at the 3 cardinal functions that they say they get, we look at what's inside. One of the first things the legislature get to do, let me read it. I will read fast today. Mark, do you have it there? Do you want to read it fast or do you want me to go ahead? Because we want to establish the basis first before we can get into what they did in the budget.
Oh, yeah. That's the budget I'm focused on. I even focus on the room.
Okay, very good. Very good. Keep the budget part. We'll let me read it because we have to establish what the constitutional things are.
Yeah.
We have to establish that.
Okay.
If we establish that, then we'll know what they did, whether it was right or wrong. So, Article 34, for those of you who can read, if you on school break now and you saw your mom or your pa or my papa or my woman, you went to visit our papa or woman, please open to Article 34. and you might be able to follow it clear. The first thing they got to do is this here, to create new counties and other political subdivisions and readjust existing county boundaries. The legislature can do that. To provide for security of the republic. So you're here today. Security issue there in the country. The legislature supposed to provide money, supposed to make sure there is security in the country. You're here. So when you're making noise, there is push, and the border not safe, and there is what they call it, Zogo, and there is armed robber. You go talk to your legislature then. To provide for common defense, to declare war, and to authorize the executive to conclude peace, to raise and support the armed forces of the republic, to make appropriation. Therefore, provide that no appropriation of money. You listen to that part of the money part we are now. To provide that, provided that no appropriation of money for that use shall be a longer term than 1 year, and to make rules for the governance of the armed forces of Liberia. So when you saw the military women there passing around the street or whatever it is, it I mean when they also go to Joseph, you go to the Capitol building there, and the players are supposed to go. We tell you today what you need to do. We tell you to levy taxes, duties, imports, exercise, and other revenue, to borrow money. So that means when you see the president coming, you know the time Samuel 2 used to be signing BB check there and say the sign there. You know who told them to go sign it? That the legislature, yeah today. That the legislature. We're reiterating on here today. To borrow money, issue currency. So anytime you see the government printing money, that means the legislature agreed to it. The 16 billion that lost that time. On a job we are. You're making number of 16. That the legislature here was inside. They don't want them to do it. To make appropriations for fiscal governance of the republic, subject to the following qualifications. Now they can work with the government to work with the budget. So you're listening to it. All revenue bills, water subsidies, charges, inputs, duties, or taxes, and other financial bills shall originate in the House of Representatives, but the same may propose or concur with amendments as on other bills. No other financial charges shall be established, fixed, laid, or levied on any individual, community, or locality under any pretext whatsoever, except by the express consent of the individual, community, or locality. In such a case, a true and correct account of funds collected shall be made to the community or locality. That means what they're saying here to my Oma and Papa there, when the police people arrest you and they say you might get them money, say you're not giving them no money, you're not giving them fine, they can stop you. And if they won't stop you, you might get into yo-yo. Police people will also be taking bribe from you because the legislature finished making law where you pay your taxes. You're here today. Police people should not stop you and be making what they call for you. And if the whole motorcycle thing that you're talking about, if the lawmaker don't approve of it, that's flat. That's what the whole thing say. But let's move forward. No monies shall be drawn from the treasury except in consequence of appropriation made by the legislative enactment upon warrant of the president. So a job we had were leaving and they take any money, and the legislature never approved for that money that they took, then I mean the government get it right to call job we are asking, say the money what you took. Why you took it from there? Did the legislature approve it? And if the legislature approve it, then the legislature got to tell you why they approve it. But let's go on. No coin shall be minted or national currency issued except by the express authority of the legislature. An annual statement, an account of the expenditure of all public monies shall be submitted by the office of the president to the legislature and published once a year. Any money the government spend, any money Joseph Boaga spend, the man say, oh, and Joseph Boaga get it rare to spend it, he get it rare to spend that. No. We need to know the legislature need to publish it. So that thing what Joseph Boaga bouncing around in private jet, we'll come to that part. We'll get to that part. We need to know. The legislature need to tell us where that money came from, who gained private jet, and need to be reported. But we're getting there small. We're getting there. An annual statement, an account of the expenditure of the public monies shall be submitted by the office of the president to the legislature and published once a year. Let me move on again. No loans shall be raised by the government on behalf of the republic or guarantees given for any public institutions or authorities otherwise than by or under authority of the legislative enactment. So that means if Joseph Boaga come to America and he tell the person will give him money there and he want to will give him money there, the legislature will know about it and might approve it. If we go discuss anything like Unti talking, so that means if Joseph Boaga selling anything on behalf of Liberia, that the legislature not tell you, that means the thing what Joseph Boaga doing, he's not doing the right thing. Let's move on. We're almost there. We'll soon be finished. To constitute courts inferior to the Supreme Court, including circuit courts, claims courts, and such courts with prescribed jurisdictional powers as may be deemed necessary for the proper administration of justice throughout the Republic. To approve treaties, conventions, and such other international agreements negotiated or signed on behalf of the Republic. So the legislature can do that. To regulate trade and commerce between Liberia and other nations. So anything, any kind of thing, trading thing that they want to, any kind of business that they want to for Liberia, it is the legislature that will go ahead for it. To establish law for citizenship, naturalization, and residency. To enact election laws. To establish various categories of criminal offenses. To establish various categories of criminal offenses and provide for the punishment thereof. But if they see legislature, then get criminal there. How they want to go to hold now? We'll get to that part. To enact laws providing pensions, shames for various categories of government officials and employees in accordance with age and tenure of service. And you know, they feel they saw Eugene Fagon, even though they asked him for the 100,000 that they put in situation again, and I saw him on Facebook presenting one old man that he used to give $1,400 Liberian dollar as his pension, and he said they're going to make it 10,000. The question I'm asking him, Eugene Fagon, and the government or the LBS, how did he, where he getting that 10,000 from to give it to that man every month? Is it lawful? Is it what's on the law? Is it what's on the books? And the question me I keep asking. I know they want to do too much, but you don't get into these kind of things. Let's move on to the last thing the legislature to make other laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers and all other powers vested by this constitution in the government of the Republic of Liberia or in any department or office thereof. More quickly, before I get to you and the rest of the team, let me get quickly to the judiciary branch of government. The one is very short. The judiciary branch of government that they play CNN yo that they be woman. The legislature that they plays fanatic cover that they be me. Here in Yombi Kanga. Article 65. This is what they say about the Supreme Court or the judiciary branch of government. The judicial power of the Republic shall be vested in the Supreme Court, and such subordinate courts as the legislature may from time to time establish. the courts shall apply both statutory and customary laws in accordance with the standards enacted by the legislature. Judgments of the Supreme Court shall be final. So when you hear them say the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of our law, that they play to get anything from. That one they can say, oh, when they want it to be political, then they know how to follow constitution. When they want steal and be criminals, they don't know the part. And the binding and shall not be subject to appeal or review by any other branch of government. You listen to the part, oh, they say by any other branch of government. That means it's a then you say that whole budget where they pass, that scam, and they not agree to it, they will go about and do it from scratch. That means they got to start over. One thing you never say here, you listen to it clear. It never said the Supreme Court, when they make a law, that means international community or other people can come there and make sure they abide by the laws. It never said that. It said by any other branch of government. Let's move on. Nothing in this article shall be prohibited administrative consideration of justiciable matters prior to review by the court of competent jurisdiction. Article 66. The Supreme Court shall be the final arbiter of constitutional issues and shall exercise final appellate jurisdiction in all cases, whether emanating from the courts of record, courts not on record, administrative agency, autonomous agency, or other authority. Both. Somebody come on with it. Mary knows in the back. Oh. Let me read the last part. Both. Please give me a second. The writings are too small. Both. Let me go back. Both as to law and fact, except cases involving ambassadors, ministers, or cases in which country is a party. In all such cases, the Supreme Court shall exercise original jurisdiction. The legislature shall make no law nor create any exception as would deprive the Supreme Court of any of the power granted herein. So that the Constitution there for all of us. So, Monk, the legislature, I never read anything inside it. What they say the legislature should carry on any project, they're not there. They're not in the Constitution. No legislature. And that's all the thing I read. And I say legislature should carry any project. No project, nothing. They're not saying yet. But the legislature went allegedly and gave themselves 13 million.
13.2. 13.2.
Okay, I forgot about the point. I will take it from there.
200,000
million. Monk, what say you about what we read from the Constitution vis-a-vis what the legislature is doing and what they have been doing?
You know, thanks again for reading that particular segment of the Constitution. You know, I tell people all the time, the people who came up with the idea of democracy started from Greece. They were the one that came out to bring about check and balances in government. Because the Roman Empire came in the top of the Greek Empire. But guess what the Roman Empire did? They kept all the library material of the Greek. The Greek was one of the smartest people in history. They were great thinkers. They are the one that came up with most of our ethics, our governance law, the Constitution. Everything came from ancient Greek. Yeah, is the problem. I know people are wondering why you guys decided to kind of zoom in on our lawmakers, because it was the move of CNN Yo that actually piqued our curiosity and say, you know what, our people, maybe they can read the Constitution, because it seems like our lawmakers keep overlapping their function. They were meant to make law. They are there to provide oversight. They are there to sign treaty. But our lawmakers today, they are always attached to the issue of money and budget and district project. You see, in America, you know, our Constitution is modeled after the U.S. So we literally carbon copy almost everything in the U.S. In the U.S., the primary job of the lawmaker is not to engage into the executive, whether it's about project. We have ministries. You see, that's the reason we have rural development. we have the public works, and we have planning. These are the people that are supposed to execute the funds collected by government to reach to the people. But it seems that our lawmakers, they are more like the executive because it's money. And they found way to pay themselves. That was Senior Yoga pissed. And she's like, you know what, this thing is too much, and I think we want our fair share as well. And it was an article that kind of was spark that got her involved. And it was written when they came out with this idea. Let me just read a short piece. They said a member of the House of Representatives in the Senate have allotted 13.2 million 2024 budget for legislative project. The single move toward decentralization and grassroots movement. Each of the senatorial lawmakers has been allotted $100,000 development fund, while senator will receive $150,000 each. The allocation translates into a minimum of $500,000 per project within county with at least 2 representatives. The breakdown of the fund: legislative support project per county include allocations such as Monserrado County $2 million, Nima County $1.2 million, Sano County $600,000, Grand Bassa $800,000, and Maryland County $600,000. Others include Gibby $800,000, Lofa $1 million, or Grand Cape County $600,000, Bowman $600,000, Bapolu $600,000, Grand Gillette $600,000, and River G $600,000, Grand Crew $500,000, and River Cess County $500,000. These funds are intended to support local development initiatives directly, making a significant shift towards bringing government resources closer to the people. Can you imagine that they are making this move to bring the government resources closer to Liberian people? Traditionally, the government expenditure has been heavily skewed towards centralized institutions, with only a fraction of taxpayer dollars being reinvested in local communities. However, the introduction of the District Development Fund marked a departure from the trend, signaling a substantial boost for democratic governance and community empowerment. House Speaker Fonati Kova played a key role in advancing this initiative, emphasizing grassroots development and inclusive governance. The recent approval of the 2024 budget, amounting to $738 million, reflect a notable increase and highlight commitment of lawmakers to meaningful developmental projects. The budget, which has since been passed, reflects a significant increase of 6.7% from the initial version submitted by the executive branch to the Ministry of Finance, Development and Planning. The executive initiated the budget proposal totaling 692. So here is a catch. The first scheme up that the budget was 692. But by some magical means, by some houdini tricks, they came up with the idea that they were able to identify additional 46 billion, carrying the budget to 738 million from 692. You see the game that the players and Steve? Okay, let me go. The Liberian Agency for Community Empowerment, they created a new.
Tell us, President Monsari.
Yeah.
So we want to tell if I want to inform our listener audience that indeed, because of the kind of discussion that is ongoing on the SKTV, we're going to be able to bring you the 15 minutes of news bulletin. We're going to continue up to 8 o'clock on tonight. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your love, and keep following Truth FM and the SKTV. Thank you so much, President Mo. So you can continue.
So the Liberian Agency of Community Empowerment list is tasked with implementing this project with oversight responsibility dedicated to a appointed oversight committee led by Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler. Can you imagine that they created another group to kind of monitor how the money is going to be spent and who's going to be heading that? Thomas Fowler of all people. Look, let me.
So wait, because the thing here you running away. Let our woman help up.
Yeah.
So you saying they put 13 million there?
13.2.
They put 13.2 million in the budget.
Yes.
But then they say Thomas Fowler, who be Thomas Fowler?
Yes.
Well, we all know.
He the one will be the one spearheading the operation.
Thomas Fowler, who let me remind about Thomas. Thomas Fowler, who was passing around during the election to run for senatorial position, who they elected as co-chair or deputy speaker to Fanatic Kofa, that Thomas Fowler will be on top of that money to make sure that they do the project. So what happened to the different ministries and that we get are supposed to be looking over all the things, and the only thing the legislature need to do per the constitution is to just put the money in there and make sure the government come back and report to them, because the constitution you put money in there and the ministries then will be able to do their work. What's going on with that? Why they got to create another new thing called list?
No, list been in place It's just that Thomas Fowler now will be working with them to do the oversight, to be monitoring how the money is going to be spent and make sure that every dam is spent appropriately. That's what they're technically trying to say. So let me go. They said the Liberian Agency of Community Empowerment list is tasked with implementing this project with oversight responsibility dedicated to an appointed oversight committee led by Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler for the House of Representatives. The implementation process is set to proceed, including the project planning, procurement, oversight to ensure that the project are completed by December 2024. Accordingly, LIST will not only construct an undertake project in district or county that are only designed and approved by the district representative or senator. The representative or senator, in consultation with his or own constituent, will discuss and approve a project, and as such project will be submitted to an oversight. You see the thing what they're doing? We will go to the people and talk to them. We'll come up with the idea. We will finance it, and then we'll turn it over to LIST. But equally so, will be found the money while LIST is also doing the work. We all know this game here, brother. They say accordingly, LIST will only construct or undertake project in the district or county that are designed and approved by the legislature, by the representative and senator. The representative or senator, in consultation with his or constituent, will discuss and approve a project, and that such project will be submitted to an oversight committee for onward submission to LIST. For the House representative, the chairman of the oversight responsibility is Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler. The Deputy Speaker and member of the project oversight committee were appointed by Speaker Fonatikofa to ensure that lawmakers' project implemented to the latter standard and worth their money value. The return of the lawmakers today will kick off their processes, including design of project, procurement, and bidding, which will overall bow down to oversight of 100,000 worth of project to be done in each district now in December 2024, an extension of 3 months, so it will extend to 2025, but it will only be up to March. There are reports that newly established department, the Legislative Support Program Department, the creating other department again within the same thing, will serve as the secretary of the Legislative Project.
Because I've never heard of this kind of thing before in my life.
That's what I'm telling you. Meanwhile, let me just finish it. Just couple of
so you're trying to say basically you don't trust Joseph Boakai? You don't trust the different ministries?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to create your own. You got to create your own team.
Yeah.
Where you will supervise.
Yeah.
What? Mr. Kenneth, what say you? Because I don't understand where we are. This is, I don't know. This is crazy.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say thank you to you, Steve, and to the entire team among Lawrence and Mabel, and also to our important followers and viewers and listeners. I want to say thank you to all of you for being a part of the SKTV team. You know, I was just here sitting, listening to my brother Mon reading. So Mon, just for your information before I go, before I continue, you know, I don't know whether you've made any announcement about anything about Friday today. So somebody sent out money.
Oh, yeah.
I was not on. Somebody sent $35 saying that $25 towards their Friday contribution and $10 for newborn baby diapers. So just want to inform you on that.
All right.
Before I continue. So, you know, Steve, you asked a very important question. Why say you? Everybody is confused. The country is confused. The government is confused. And the criminals are trying to take advantage of the confusion of everybody and do whatever they want to do. That is what they plan. And they already finished with the planning stage. They are now on the process of executing whatever they plan. First of all, legislative engagement was completely kicked and discouraged by the Liberian people under George Weah when it was $30,000.
Yep.
Now they're telling you, you frown on $30,000 Although we telling you now we can do $100,000, $150,000, you can't do a jack about it. So this is good because if you tell your child, parable, they say if you tell a child there's poop on the pancana, they said no, it didn't go inside, allow that child to go bust it. Whether or not you can stay eat that pancana. So whatever's going on right now is something that Liberian people ask for, and that's what they're getting. They say, ask and you shall receive. So in short, these guys, they are telling you, Joseph Boakai government are our government. We run the government, we decide what will happen in the government. And moreover, Steve, to have legislature or legislators saying they are the ones to embark on developmental agenda, while we have the executive.
Exactly.
That is not only you serving their own function, but it speaks to the fact that they feel that Liberian people are a bunch of stupid people. They don't know what's going on, and they will not put objection to their stupidity. People just let it pass. And I can tell you the reason why they rush this thing and shove it in Joseph Boakai's throat to sign it at the airport, because they don't want the public to be aware of changes they made on the budget. They don't want the public to peruse the budget and talk about it and even shine light on some of the discrepancy in there before the president signed. Because they know if the budget is questioned by the court of the public opinion, that may delay the signing of the budget by the president. So what they want to do, so long the president signs it becomes a law now. So they care less no more what you say, what I say, what anybody says. All they care about is the president finish signing is the law. So as long as it's legal, even though it's criminal, even though it's defrauding the Liberian people, but for them, as long as the president signed it, and this was approved by the legislature, so definitely it's legal, so nothing wrong with it. That's what they feel. And that's the reason why they rush the president to sign it. And this brings to you the question, do you truly believe people who are acting like this, people who behave in such a manner, will really approve war and economic crimes code? People who are criminally robbing the Liberian people, do you think these people will have the courage, the audacity to sign up for economic crimes?
No.
When they are creating economic crime on a daily basis.
Every day.
Well, let me ask you this question. I beg you before you expand.
Okay.
Before you expand, Mr. Kane, I beg you before you expand on that. Let me ask you this question. And the reason I want to ask this question is I don't want this to seem like we're overlooking or forgetting this. My question to you, Mr. Kane, is Joseph Boakai ran on the mantra of change, rescue. And like you said earlier, John Weah gave them 30,000. They increased the amount 3 times. But that's not my question. Why didn't Joseph Boakai, who mean well for Liberia, think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia, why didn't he veto this bill? Why did he sign it? Because we can speak of the legislatures.
Because Joseph Boakai has in it what he wanted as well. Just go check the NSA. Go check NOCA. Go check the Maritime. And go check some of the money that will be coming out without going through the Liberian Revenue Authority. You know, every fund that is generated by the government, it got to go through the LRA before it can make it to the account.
Yep, you got to go through LRA.
So there are a lot of money being caught before even they make it to the bank. And that one going to Joseph Boakai and people in their pocket directly.
Yes.
And these people, they're not going to actually dig deeper. They're not going to keep eyes on it as long as they get in their court.
Yes.
From the bigger one, so they don't care whatever small one Joseph Boakai they're going to be cutting, whether from NOCA, whether from Maritime, whether from whether before the money can make it to the bank. Do you know that Joe had the same program when we exposed it here? Yeah, there was separate account created under Jowia government. Joseph Boakai didn't get the same thing. If all the money is collected, all the government revenues is collected, before the money can make it there, they have separate account where they put in some money there. Who was signatory to this account? George Weah, Senator, and the boss of LRA. That is different from the actual banking system that report revenue collection. So now Joseph Boakai didn't get the same thing. So Joseph Boakai didn't care less about how much these people collect. That's like a chicken change. But for the legislature, it's a lot of money because they're getting free money for doing nothing.
Yes.
Already. Now you give the extra free money,
100,000
plus for nothing. So for them, if I'm not going to do anything, you give me $100,000, you do whatever you want to do. And then I'm about money, at the country money. They don't care. So Liberia is headed for a serious problem. But I can tell you, Steve, these things are not new.
They are not.
Just like with some people getting exposed to it because we are shining light on them, we are exposing them. But yeah,
it meant playing Craig Davis.
Yeah. So in short, Steve, to answer your question, whatever that's going on, Joseph Boakai has no intention to change anything, and Joseph Boakai has no ability to change anything. Joseph Boakai was made president by the same people that are running his government, and they are the one in the legislature. They are the one, telling him what to do and how to do it, and that's what Joseph Boakai will do. Plain and simple. Joseph Boakai has no authority, no power to change anything. But man, they may not get power to appoint own government people, and then the money being have power to do nothing. Joseph Boakai is just a picture in running the government. But this government is controlled and ran by Yomli Kanga Lawrence, Prince Moi, Darius Dillon, James Barney, and the rest of the rescue people. Whatever they say, Joseph Boakai says.
Wow.
But let's get to the judicial part of it real quick, Mark.
The judiciary, you want me to come in or you're trying to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, before we open the line, let's get to the judicial part of it.
Yeah.
What brought Yo in the Supreme Court into this? Because the men have finished settling to Steve.
Yeah. Sienna, you know that this particular move is nothing new. It's a business model between the executive and the legislative branch of government. When it comes to the budget oscillates between the president and the lawmakers, right? The judiciary have no part to play in it as to what they can put in the budget for themselves. So when this particular story came up that they're giving us an additional 13.2 million, it pays her off, and it pays the other associate justice off. It's like, these guys are all criminals, they are stealing from the people, but we are not involved. So the most we can do, maybe we can use the law to strike down the border law by holding them hostage. It was what prompted the old man now to come and sign it in quickly. Because the Senate yourself, let me tell you something, Steve. Yeah, most of the time, the guy make decisions with the assumption that the vast majority of the Liberian people are inherently stupid and we don't know what's going on. That's it. If you're going to create lists for this particular process, now they're telling you they created an oversight committee to be headed by Thomas Fowler, right? That's what they told you. Okay. If they are the one that's going to design the project and make procurement for the project and even the bidding, who you think the money is going to end up in whose pocket? It will be the very same people that run the process. So they just put lists there to cover up it, to make it look like somebody else will be doing it, but that money will still come back to them. So they designed it that way purposely. That the same oversight committee will be the one to design the project. They will make procurement for the project and they will do the bidding for the project. So what is the essence? Why you got lists there involved?
Monto, I agree with you. Just a second. If you think of these people and think the way they treat the Liberian people, you got sick to your stomach.
Yep.
You ask yourself, why do we have labor ministry if the legislature is supposed to take care of road construction in his district or his county? Why do we have education ministry if the legislature is supposed to be the one to decide how education should be, or to develop educational project in their district? Why do we have Ministry of Lands and Mine if they are the ones supposed to be taking care of areas that Lands and Mine is supposed to take care of? Why do we have the Justice Ministry? What do we have? Public Works.
Public Works. Rural Development.
So let me ask you this question. I won't leave, but let me ask you. I'll be right back because I got to jump on a meeting here. But let me ask for you, and I want you to ponder on this question, and then you can decide how you want to go about this. But let me ask both of you this question. Are these guys also setting the stage to get, because for election costs money, is expensive. Are these guys also setting the stage to remain in power too as well? Or to project themselves for the next elections as they put these monies in the budget to enrich themselves, or to also get money to use it later on to come back to power? Is this a recycle thing that they're doing deliberately to keep our people in bondage?
To answer your question, all of the above.
Oh, wow.
And there are more to it. First of all, the government is run and controlled by the guys in the legislature. For them now, not only making decisions in terms of appointments, in terms of deciding how the budget should look like, but now they're telling you now they will also be the one to run the executive. Developmental agenda supposed to be by the executive. Facing bridges.
Yes. Roads.
Improving schools.
Yes.
Road. Anything that got to do with development supposed to be controlled and managed by the executive. For them, what they're supposed to do as legislators, or people who are standing for their people, or the people's representatives, what they're supposed to do is to highlight projects in their area, and submit it to the government for review, and the government will also submit it to the proper authority for execution. And all they will need, that agency or ministry will go and look at that project, do procurement, and say, you know what, this is how much it's going to cost us
Yes.
If this project is approved by the legislature, we can undertake this project. And the development goes on. But to say, okay, we're having project development, you know, in doing that one, we don't want doing that, we don't want doing that. As legislators, you say your job is oversight, lawmaking, and whatever, you know, you say you're doing. Why are you taking over the executive?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yep.
But that's liberal for you. Nothing will change, and they care less about how you feel.
And yeah, the funny part,
and the people that they are leading,
yes,
they don't care.
Yeah, the people that they are leading don't care. So that's what makes it sad.
That's the problem about it. Yeah.
And you just explained that. You see, the same thing happens in this country, right? That's why they call earmark and pork barrel spending here. The lawmakers, it's not the job to play the role of the executive. You can earmark a project, and the government, the executive will go and make an assessment. If the executive believes that particular project, even though it's a local project, but if it's important for the entire well-being of the country, maybe more beyond your district, then they can finance that project. But in our case, so the lawmakers, so the executive bring that there as a placeholder. Technically, they are the lawmakers that run the country as the executive. Because if you get a election, normally can be having pencil and sheet that when Joseph Braga send people for convention, she can cancel the internet without confirming you and put her own people there. Then it means that the executive is just there in name only. The few lawmakers, and he named them. Normally Kanga, Prince Moy, Darius DeLong, and crew, they are the one running this executive. Braga is just there in name only. He's a placeholder. Because if you're telling me that you are going to design those particular projects, you are going to make the procurement, including the bidding process, as to who get the contract, then it means the money will only end up in Thomas Fala's pocket. That's what got it. The Chief Justice pissed. And I know people want to hear the Chief Justice side of the story because it's we got an article. That's exactly what made her pissed. She was like, these two guys, these two bodies of government, the two branches, the executive and the legislature, they are playing games. They are stuffing the budget with their own money, and we just sitting there and not getting our fair share. We want our fair share because it's not right. We are part of the government. And there's what she says here. Hold on a second, we'll go to the line, man.
Yeah, read it.
It said feedback on capital here does not look good for the sustenance of the separation of power, especially in the wake of the defiance by Chief Justice Senanyo. She said she will not appear before the legislature to defend the budget of the judiciary, stressing that the president does not appear before lawmaker to defend his budget. Thus, she will not defend her budget. In as much as the president cannot appear before them to defend his budget, we will not appear before them to defend ours. Chief Justice Senanyo said in a statement at the African regional meeting of the International Association of Judges held at the EJS Ministerial Complex in Congo Town. Her comment followed a presentation made by Chief Justice of the Commercial Court, Eva Mappe Morgan, on the topic salaries benefit, the impact on the independent judiciary system. Chief Senanyo said the present Supreme Court has already talked with the presidency, setting up talking point, beginning with the Financial Anatomy Act of the Judiciary, informed them about the pending case of associate trial judges, the law regarding salary of the justice in the Supreme Court, and they are not being back. The only thing we are wasting, she said, the only thing we are waiting for now, because we told them the legislature not setting the term, we are not begging them to give us money, but according to the budget law, the three branches of government are participatory within the process. As such, you cannot impose on the judiciary. Chief Justice Senanyo said, according to her, there are laws, and everything was by law saying if the judiciary cannot participate, then the budget law will be scrapped down. That's why Joseph Braga came quickly to sign it, because he knows once it is enacted into law, Senanyo and the justices cannot struck it down. That's why I got her pissed. Let me go ahead. She said, so we want to say that the judiciary is the fourth branch of the government and that segment of the executive branch. As such, we will not defend our budget. Chief Justice Senanyo said that the Constitution that states that the Chief Justice shall make salary the same as the Vice President added that the precedent where the Chief Justice, the Associate Justice, come with certain percentage, the judges and magistrate. We want to start from there and we will not relent, she noted. Last week, Chief Justice Senanyo threatened to stop the budget law if the 55th legislature failed to explain why the judicial branch of government continue to receive low budgetary allocation. So she literally saying that everybody in the government came here to steal. We are all stealing. But why is it that you are sending up little or nothing? You are throwing all the breadcrumbs and you are walking with the bigger slabs of the pie. So we will either struck it down if you cannot comply, because according to her, the Constitution said that she's supposed to be making almost the same amount as the vice president. So if Jeremiah office budget is whether it's 2 million or 2.5 million, she herself should be getting equal amount. That's exactly what she's saying here. Look, man, bro, let me go ahead. According to her, the judiciary is not going to be begging for money as dollar cent. It's required by law stating that the judiciary law requires that the chief judge shall make the salary in the same line as the vice president. Okay, on Wednesday, May 8th, Justice Kaba stated that this action by the political people who he termed as heavyweight honored the impartiality and integrity of the judiciary. Speaking on the topic, reflecting on judicial independence and justice for all democratic states within the context, African context, Associate Justice Yusuf Kaba said that the continued political interference by political actors to influence judicial decision or control the appointment, promote or remove justices from their own political gains, it erodes the fundamental principle of the separation of power and the rule of law. Second, what that regularly saying is they are telling you that if they are going to be passing the budget and sending the breadcrumbs to the judiciary, then it makes them susceptible to bribery. Because they are telling you that the people in the executive are getting rich, that the lawmakers are getting richer, but they're who's to be independent in passing laws, in defending the court. If they are sent little or nothing, then it means they are exposed to corruption because we are not getting more money. That's what I mean. But I'm not going to end this article. Let me hear from our people, man. I don't
Mr. Kane, the issue about the list project, at times some of the lawmakers during campaign time will be telling the people, I'm the one who undertook the project so time. From 2005 to 2017, we saw it. At that time, they had the executive mansion, that project is list. Some of the lawmakers will go around the community when they got finished with the project, they put a sample, they put a knee on it. So the issue about the whole listing, they may not want to read themselves.
It's political.
we were around, we are still here and will remain here. Some of the guys, we know what they told people when they were running campaign. We got some of them on recording. There's a guy who told his supporters, well, you vote for me when I go in the Capitol building. Anything I will discuss there, I will come back to you people and tell you. Mr. Kane, I beg you. Yesterday we were talking about the issue about the matter and the listing. When you read a listing today, we beg you because a lot of people listening, we want to know the matter. Yeah, we beg you, Mr. Kane, that listing, please. Sekou, what's up? Thanks for joining us, my man.
Yeah, but seriously, Lawrence. So Sekou, what is Sekou to you and President Mark? You people gotta read the listing, even if you
that
don't know, because there's so many things happening. Yeah,
that listing. So better told some better Ryan, people at Ryan. So we're going to Capitol better to talk. We'll come tell you. So that we want to know. These men and some people have been great.
Lawrence, in fact, some people say on the same platform, some people say that in fact we just accuse everybody. We just look at the entire legislature and say, oh, they are corrupt, they buy and this and that. So we want, SKTV, we are people.
That listy. So many parties around the great so many 2 days ago. So many received an award. They bring an A.
Hold on 1 second. Let's welcome Sekou Kroma. I know they've been struggling with the internet there.
Yeah.
That's everybody's problem in Liberia. So Sekou, welcome. How you doing? Before we go to the line, how are you? You are muted.
Yeah, I'm okay. How's everything? I hope all is well. For us, we've been challenged with the issue of internet, and we hope the Lone Star will do their best. The Joe Boakai government said he was going to look at that, and
you're going to rescue that one too?
Yeah, Boakai needs to rescue that, and I know he's going to do it. Okay. Boakai will do it, but let he make it very fast. It has to be too fast. Because it shows, Sekou, on a serious note, like I said to you, the people of the Southeast, there are people who will have problem with you people. But if the show doesn't come on, people call me on my phone and say, Sekou, what happened today? As if to say, I'm the owner of SKTV. But yes, no questions. It doesn't go that well with me. So Lone Star, Orange, please try your best so that we can have the internet moving faster. Thank you guys for welcoming me. I'd like to appreciate you all.
Thank you so much. So, Mom, before we go to the line, my guys, I focusing on this listing, and some of the people that you don't want to get trouble. You don't want to get into trouble with some of your lawmaker. The list of people who receive the second money, we might not call them individually right now, but it's simple. That group that were in the hotel, in the block of the Unity Party candidate for speakership, all the people that have spent time in that hotel, all of them received the money. Yes, all of them received the money, and there are a few of them that have confirmed it, and they told us that they actually received theirs, and in fact, they even told Yeke, when Yeke informed them that this is not fair, we've already received our money to refurbish our offices, to have another money again, and this being limited to just the block that voted for what other name? What other guy name? Richard Kuhn, right?
Yeah, Richard Kuhn block.
Yeah, Richard Kuhn block. So and then one of them told me, Sekou, that Sekou report you're stupid. I told them they will not get Yeke nothing. Yes. I swear to God, one of them told me that. Sekou, people just stupid. I told them, let it leave Yeke, listen. I told them, I know when they get to Yeke will expose it. That was all we told Yeke told us you're going to go expose it. You my man, forgot about that thing. Like tomorrow guy that was on the thing for. So after they got whatever they wanted to get, they call Yeke, my man, you can go and blow the alarm. People will make our thing, you're not going to go back. So you on your own. So, that is important. And we'll dig deeper in the coming days. We even call names and everything. But how did we get here? What we're talking about right now? For the country to look like elephant meat under Joseph Nima Boake. That people do whatever they want to do. It is because somebody is not in control. You think Joseph Boakai will be in control? The legislature will go and assign themselves the responsibility to run the government, to run the executive, talking about procurement, talking about development agenda, talking about, developing their district, their job. Their job is to highlight things that are needed in their district and send it to the government, the executive. The executive will send it to public works responsibility, they will send it to public works, either education ministry, they will send it to the ministry. Either labor, they will send it there. And then they will do their job, they will do the analysis, do the procurement, and then they will say, you know what, this is how much it's going to cost us. Then the legislature, they will approve it. They can point to that to their constituency, tell them, say, hey, we asked for this development to be done in our district. You can be proud of that. It doesn't have to be your hand doing. You don't have to be the one to purchase the money, to put the money, pocket the money, and use it the way you want to use it. No, that's not how it works. But the reason why they are in control, because somebody's not in control. Joseph Boakai is not in control of his own government. That's why these guys do anything they want to do. By the end of the day, I want Joseph Boakai and people to understand this. If you are a supporter of Joseph Boakai, I want to put it at the back of your mind. These guys, they're going to steal the money. They're going to make decisions. But at the end of the day, if anything goes bad, people are going to say that Joseph Boakai government. If you can stand up, you should stand up. If you can stand up, they all come and cut you. But in the end, it's going to be Joseph Boakai government, and Joseph Boakai is going to be held liable and responsible for everything, including stealing the money. Because you know what? He the one signing the budget, right? Signing the budget knowing that the people there are allotting money to themselves. $150,000 per person. That's more money there.
Yeah.
The whole country front on under we are government, while legislature took money, $30,000 each. In fact, that was one of the reasons why Darrow did not stop supporting commies, because commies said that was a robbery, that was criminal.
So that means
corruption for legislature.
Tell us again.
Yes.
Tell us again, so because the budget was around 600 million, how can the budget raise up to 700 plus million?
That's the question. I will come here on that, Mabel. Go ahead, Segu.
Yeah, so I will allow Monk to comment on that before we go to that. But what I'm trying to say here is that the government, the executive, did the budget initially and submitted to them. They went to work. They told the public that they're going to streamline the budget and cut it down. But in reverse, they went to increase it. And not only they increase it for their own benefit. They increase it to put money in their pocket and nothing for Liberia and the Liberian people. Sadly. So, Mo, you want to respond to that before we go to
Bilbon, let me tell you how that particular business model worked. And it started from Madam Saliva administration. 3 days ago, Simeon Freeman, he ran it, right? He ran for this going presidency as well. He was on the OKFN. He asked Clarence Jackson a question. He said, when you review the budget, going back to Madam Saliva administration, up to Georgia administration, they always find additional resources. But why is it always getting budget shortfall? And nobody will answer that question. You know the reason why? The budget is just a projection. They tell you how much we'll be able to generate in revenue, right? And Sekuja make it explicit. It comes from the executive. All the agencies come together with their own budget, they compile it, right? So Simon Freeman asked. Simon Freeman said, all the money goes through the LRA. They are the revenue arm of the government. They are the one that collect all the taxes, everything when it comes to revenue for the government. If the budget comes from the executive to the lawmakers and the people who are charged with the responsibility to raise government revenue say, okay, we project 692 million. How come lawmakers that know nothing about generating revenue were able to come out with 738 million? How they were able to come out with additional $46 million extra, right? Here is it. They know at the end of the day, there will be budget shortfall. They won't be able to collect that money.
Mm-hmm.
But when they tell you, say, we got additional resources, which means they increase the budget for the sole purpose of getting extra money for themselves.
Yeah.
Then, when they generate a particular amount of revenue, they pay themselves first. They get all the things they can get from the budget. Then they'll tell you, say, we got to do a recast. You know why they come out with a recast? Recast. Because once they experience budget shortfall, then they go back to find places where they can make cut. Then they will start cutting on healthcare. The simple thing is that we increase agriculture budget, we increase education budget, we increase budget for road fund. No. Once they talk about recast, it means that they finish getting their share of the revenue collected. Then they will go back now and start looking for places to carry on the cut because they know the money that they projected. They tell you they will be able to raise 738 million, but they know very well at the end of the day, maybe they might not even be able to get $675 million. That's where the recast comes into play. But by then, they are already finished paying themselves. Then Liberian people become the victim. And let me give you another important fact about the budget. Do you know the previous 692 million that was projected, 40 million is going to be borrowed?
Yeah.
Okay. If you are going to borrow 40 million to make up for 692, then tell me how you are able to fund additional 46 million. The executive in Joseph Boga said we're able to collect 692 million, but of that 692 million, 40 million was already borrowed to give you 692. But these lawmakers that won't be collecting taxes are telling you they were able to discover an additional 46 million to carry the budget to 732. So why borrow when you get additional money? Then don't borrow because we know we pay interest on the loan. So say you get a new 46 million, Jack gave the 40 million balance to borrow, they will get forget about it because it makes no sense. But they won't do that, bro.
So what Mom was trying to say in short, for the people that who may not understand the way Mom was saying it in the diplomatic language, the man is telling you, you know, when they do the budget, right? The budget is not like they have cash there laying down. Budget is the revenue that they're going to collect. It's the revenue projection. This is how much based on what we got, based on taxes that have been paid to us, based on the company name in your country, based on the money we're going to get from here, from there, everything put together. This is how
So
much.
Chief, 1 minute, so based on the motorcyclist, maybe the registration, that's some money that they will pay, right? Just make it simple. Make it simple for people.
Don't confuse the thing. The motorcyclist thing, that one not even important in this particular budget thing. Let me tell you. We are talking about millions of dollars that they're gonna the money they're gonna get from, let's say, from maritime, from Ministry of Finance, from Commerce, and all the other money that they're gonna get from outside, including grants. They calculate everything. So they say now, we will put all the money together, we're gonna be making $640 million a year. So out of that, this is how much we're going to spend. This is how we're going to spend it. So what they're going to do now, at the end of the day, the one that is allocated to them for their own expenditure that they just did now, they will make sure they get all the money there.
Yep.
The money that are becoming in the country. So when they get their own money, when they get their own money there now, then the money what they say we're going to raise is 600 plus million we're going to raise. If we can't get to that one now, let's say they'll be able to just do 500. They say, well, my people,
we got to make cut.
This year we got to do recash. We finish getting our own. So the thing that you're putting out as a country, we got to do budget recash. That's what they're going to go budget shortfall. That's what they call budget, because whatever that is planned, the projected that they're going to make, then they are short of making that. But at the same time, they're not short of spending the money. They're short of taking the money for themselves, for their pocket. So this is bad for our country. And the reason why I'm blaming Joseph Boakai, this is the government. When you did a budget, you submitted it.
Yes.
Even when they did their own budget, you came in, you don't even take time to read or to understand whatever is in it. Just went and signed it, because normally and people that tell you say, go ahead and sign it. Our budget is a rescue mission. The mission continue. I mean, go ahead and take off.
Hear from our people, man.
Yeah, go ahead and take off. Sekou, you're available to take.
Yeah.
You forget yourself.
Though the lecture carry me with more than small thing more doing today. Yeah. And I came in late, and I like to say sorry once again. Just before I open the phone line quickly, the executive, more pressure will come on the executive, but people will forget about the legislature. They're making some of the big mistakes and trying to certify parts, as few people are saying. The executive couldn't come back and tell you, after the people have spent almost 2 consecutive weeks or more on that budget analysis, to send it to the president, and the president come back and say, you'll send our budget back because I'm not okay with it. This is what we send, and that's what we want. It will create more delays in government, and there will be a shutdown of government if care will not be taken. So for the fact that this is the first year of budget, the president had to sign it. And we know the legislature, the day of some kind of little did about to fool people. They said Lace will be the one to implement the legislative project from the 100,000 that will be given to representative and 150,000 given to senators. But the senators and representative are the one who will do the blueprint or whatever project they will want to submit it to Lace. And Lace is on the implementation.
My man, you must have will be here. Please open the line, because you're going to open another Pandora bar that will just confuse the whole conversation here. Yeah, because
Yeah, that's what.
I understand it. I understand your point. It's okay.
Put your calls on 0881 1435 04 0776 105 105. And let's hear from you this evening hour. You put your calls on 0881 1435 04 0776 105 105. Hello?
Good evening.
Your name and where you calling from?
Thank you. Thank you so kind. Let me say thanks to the panelists. You know, Sepu and President Mon, the rest of the team members, you guys are so educative. This is Pascal Davis from District 6.
Okay.
Look, you know, Seku, and you said it right. The legislature has seen the presidency of Mr. Bouaka as a pathway to becoming more richer. For the fact that the senators can determine who has a job, even though the president prefers somebody. But the senators are the ones determining who that person will be. It tells you the country is in trouble. We've seen that severally. In fact, at one point in time, maybe you guys didn't follow. It was the senator who was doing exercising the powers of the president. Senator Dillon, Yombli Kanga, Prince Mue, they were the ones doing that. You saw the issue with the NASCO store, where they had a letter with the signature of the president, worrying and asking somebody to leave the position, even though that person was occupying that position legally. See, let me give you a story. I live in this city. Let me tell you what happened 5 years ago.
Yeah, but we can't keep you two out on the line. We got so many people. You've already gone 1 minute 40 seconds.
Just second. Yeah, beg you, Chief.
Yeah, let's get 10 seconds right now.
Yeah, 10 seconds, even 9 seconds. So the lawmaker have gone and he attempted to build a bridge. He went and the price of silver was $2. And he told the revenue man for $8. Imagine that. So that when you finish, the amount of to around 12,000. Well, in actuality,
thank you.
You are spending less than 4,000.
Thank you. These things normally happen in our country. Hello.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm okay. Your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Nicholas. I'm calling from Brussels.
Welcome to you, fellas. Let's hear you.
Okay. My brother, these things are not strange. That man is about somewhere around 86-year-old. He says he's 79. That one, that age, that football age. So he's being controlled, he's being teleguided by these people. To be frank, that one you just discussed, that is just the beginning. More to come. The country is drowning. In fact, people looking at it, they feel the other people will be defeated. Oh, they're laughing and the rest of it. Seriously, on a serious note, those guys in the house will get rich and richer, while the Liberian people will be suffering in years to come. But tell me, trust me, let me tell you, 6 years is just almost like 6 months. That year, that time will come and get good, will come and pass away.
Thank you.
There, my brother.
Thank you so much. Let's take another person. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Segu. Good evening.
Your name and where you calling from?
All right, this is Eddie Diasquia. I join you from Biama Thomas Party residence, Swaju.
Welcome, Ellis. Let's hear you.
Oh, thank you, brother. You know, it's very much frustrating. The fact that people who we depend on to, bring up hope will do things to enrich themselves. Since we've been in the country, Segu, just in the first 30,000 legislated, support projects and money. Up to today, for me, I've yet to know and understand what has it done for the people of Liberia.
Okay.
That you're going to give them 150,000 and 100,000 100,000 each. Why? I still not understanding. The next thing that comes to my mind is they said that the legislatures or the executive trying to make themselves rich through the legislative director. Because the point here is, if you have about 15 counties in this place and you have 70 some more representative, just imagine 100,000 times 72, 73 lawmakers. Then you come to the 30 senator.
The total budget, my brother, is 13 point something million.
Fine. That why going to the legislative director is going to control he alone with his people to decide project or to work on project. I feel that you just trying to enrich, or somebody is under the thing that my man, as soon as you get the money here, give my own a cut. That's how it is. Because we have never benefited from any legislative projects in this country here while increasing the amount. So it's something that we Liberians need to look at. Sekou. Thank you very much for the show, brother.
Thank you so much. We'll go to the line, take another pricing. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Your name and where you calling from?
Yes, my name is Othello Wanyon, but I was not to call my name, but I certain information I wanted to give you.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an issue to FPRC that we're not going down with some of us or we part of the party, which is when we go 10 yesterday, you have to when you go to work, you get to your ADICA and the membership ADICA, which is Unity Party. If you don't have the membership ADICA, they don't put you there to go. So some of us would decide to really to kick against it. Of course, this thing is not about party issue. Liberian will have to be one.
Listen, wait 1 minute quickly. You say if you don't have United Party ID card, then you can't get in a car that carrying you where?
Yeah, the membership ADICA. The membership ADICA.
Why the car can carry you?
Straight to FPRC.
Okay, so once you have the membership ID card for United Party, they can't put you in a car.
No way, they don't put you in the car right now. I'm not supposed to call but that is not how they call it. Anyone who want to do it, they do it, but it's not found. That what was discussing is we are one Liberian. We are not different. So
take our number. They fire you for speaking the truth.
Yeah.
You call
so the guy, you get the membership ID guy. You go in the transport area. They take your number. Then your own ID guy when you go. They will start going there while you're getting in the car. Say yesterday, what may happen?
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow.
Quickly. SK, I will be giving my WhatsApp number so that anybody who want to protect their identity to become anonymous on the program, let them send whatsoever information to me. Then I can drop it in the chat room. We start the investigation to know whether it has any,
some serious information you don't drop in the chat room. You send it to me.
Okay, good.
Yeah, before the information, let me make a reminder for our SKTV. Today is Friday. You know, Sekou, can you give me some update, please, as to where we are?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to pay some bills around here. Today is Friday.
Mom, besides the two people, I've seen no new one. Okay. I'm sorry. There'll be a couple of two people I've added. Two people added to the meeting.
On Friday, you only two.
1, 2, 3, 4 altogether.
4? No, we stay 26 sharp.
Okay, 4
we far from there. We're not even halfway there.
Okay, let's take this question. We can.
You got 5 altogether. 5.
Yeah, 25.
Hello. Your name? Where you calling from?
This is Daniel Josie, and I call you from Herbert Firestone. And let me say good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, whatsoever place you people are. This issue that SKTV is talking about is a very serious issue. But for me, my only frustration is that when you people come up with such a sensitive issue, I think still should sometimes manage his emotion. For me, the district in District 2 Magibi Kante, it is how our lawmakers sometimes manipulate the entire process and then single-handedly go on with project, and then at the end of the day, you cannot even give proper account to the district. So we are saying this: if this is squared with this. Let it be released, and let this make sure that proper supervision be done with the finance that the citizens themselves. It is not about the lawmaker, but the citizens themselves will know the type of project they will discuss what should be done with that money. Instead of one lawmaker just decide for the citizen whether you like it or not, because there is how some of them operate. Once you don't support them, they will not take your idea. Whether you get the best idea, they will not take that idea. So we are saying that let the rightful thing be done, and we are talking to our lawmaker. Please, it is them that we elected them to represent or adequately. Let them do the appropriate thing, so that at the end of the day, we'll continue to get trust and confidence in them. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Let's take this pricing. 2 more calls, then we'll go back to the panelists. Hello.
Hello.
Your name, where you calling from?
Okay, thank you. My name is Jerry S. Rian. I'm speaking from the Nyan community.
Welcome quickly. Let's hear you.
Yes, you talk about 73 lawmakers. The money is 73 lawmakers. You know, let me tell you, the lawmakers that have the problem in the Eastern lawmakers have the problem. The people that are up there, like Magiri, Bon County, some of the countries we've been in, the people are really doing well, but they got a set project. Set project. One is the one who just who's serving as president. He has a set project. And I would need one of them to call Emmanuel Nikwe, Magiri Kakata. When you go into Wela somewhere, right with them. They clean the main building, it's just like the hospital. But the people there, you see the men of them for Phalanx.
Thank you.
Guys, they got their projects, they their project, they got fun. But which one of them that have fun here?
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. We'll take one more pricing, and we'll call it a date on this segment. Name, where you calling from?
This is Fire J. Morris. I'm calling you from District Number 2, Johnsonville.
Fire, welcome. Let's hear you.
For lawmakers to carry 100,000, you know, it's not necessary. That money has been given to public work, you know. And the law can also do the oversight responsibility to public work, so that all of the alleys, open the alleys and what have you. For taking that money and get a lawmaker to go implement projects, you know, it's a fiasco. They're just putting that money in their pocket.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much. All right. Lines still busting, and everybody wants.
You can take a few more if you want. That's fine. If you're available, we can take a few more.
Yes, before you take a few more seconds, we want to give an update. Today is Friday. We got to pay bills. And my basket is up there.
There are 5 people.
5. I just sent you something from the brother from yesterday that called us. He drove all the way here. He was able to show me.
Okay, you got one. Okay, that's you, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, yeah. So that means 6 people.
6.
Even though the guy called a few days ago, but I think that will be the one wishing time to get.
Yeah. I asked him if he wanted for his interview because he said no. I love operating from behind the scenes. Just test it while I'm gonna get that.
I like that.
That's good.
All right, let me take this person quickly. Push and through. Hello.
Hello.
Your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Frederick and I call from Power Denton Street.
Frederick, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, man. For me, I would like at least sometimes when you're giving the kind of a report, and you want to be playing a pool, your party song, and when they used to play at that time, you want to be playing it for all. At least that would be listening to it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
You say we play the party song for the people there?
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Your name? Where you calling from?
Hello. This is Senator Dopo on the line.
Senator Dopo?
Yes. Is it True FM?
Yeah, this is the SK TV show.
Yeah, you are discussing the budget. I'm just on the airport on my way from Cote d'Ivoire, but I been falling. Do I will have a time to come on your show to address the budget? But I just want to make some points clear first.
Okay.
Who's this by the way?
He said his name is Senator Dopo.
Yes, it's Dopo.
Senator from which county?
From River G County.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Senator.
Go ahead, Senator. Go ahead.
Okay. You made a point about additional revenue. Though I pick up your show late, but it sounds like you were doubting about or questioning the rationale for having additional 46 million to the budget. You think so?
Yes.
Yes.
You said that.
Hello?
Yeah,
right. Go ahead.
So, okay. So let me just say, did you get the breakdown of the 46.4 million addition to the budget?
No, it was not about a breakdown for us. We're public.
You have that breakdown?
No. Hello?
Seku, please tell him. Maybe he's not hearing us. He's hearing you. Tell him it was not about the breakdown.
Yeah, I needed to know whether you have the breakdown, because that 46.4 million, it is a realistic figure. It is not an issue that will lead to a shortfall, because these are money that should have been collected by the government for the SOEs, also from LTA, from funds, on the road fund, are being underestimated. So I just want to let you know that it is not something that was just derived as a number by the legislature. I am a member of the budget committee, and I will be very happy if you afford me the opportunity Monday or Tuesday to come.
Come on the show.
Have a clear understanding of the budget process.
Okay.
All right, Seku,
Yeah.
let him know if he can hear us. Let him
Let
know
us know.
he can come on Monday.
Yep.
Sorry?
You can come on Monday to discuss the budget.
Monday.
All you need to do just walk to Truth FM to the studio, 6 p.m. Labrador time. We will be on from 6 to 8 p.m.
8 p.m. in the okay. You can after you can call me after because the echo. So after your show, you can call me.
Seku, can you relay it to me? Oh, just forward his number to me. I'll call him after the show.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
Seku, can you hear me?
Thank you, Senator Du, very much. I will send the number to you.
Okay. So, Monk.
Yes.
I think that will be the last call. But before we,
our diaspora, I got to hear from diaspora, bro.
Yeah. So the lines are open. Anybody want to call in the diaspora? Call in and tell us exactly what you feel about the discussion. So, Monk, with whatever you send.
Yeah.
Then we have another person after that. So we have 7 people now.
7.
Yeah.
Level 23. If we can do it on Friday, we'll always complete on Saturday. We got to be hitting those numbers, guys.
7 people. We have 23 people more to go.
Yeah.
So you want me to take calls now?
Yeah, people overseas. They're stakeholders.
So caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? 763 number 7242.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. This is Elvis calling from Minnesota.
Elvis from Minnesota. Go ahead, sir. You're live.
All right, thank you. Hello to you and hello to the other panelists.
For sure.
I always give kudos to the other Sibu Kurma. I really like the way he handled the phone lines. It's refreshing. And to Priscilla Monk, you always have good, insightful analysis. So kudos to him as well. And of course to you, Mr. Connor.
Sure.
But let me say this. Look, I think for those of us who are in the diaspora, when we look back home, and we see the civil engagement of our people is quite disappointing, because all of the things that's going on in that country, all the activists that we, the so-called activists that we have, kudos to Henry Costa, even though I supported CDC during the last time and the last election, but I think what Costa did was truly something that is rare in Liberia. For him to be able to galvanize people to actually try to put fire to the government's feet. It had a large enough movement that caused some, attention to a specific issue in the country. So you have to give him kudos. Who do we have right now that can galvanize Liberians and ask for civil accountability to the elected officials? All the nonsense that's going on with legislatures taking extra money this thing with Cooper Cry hiring people because he feel like, you know, it was his birthright to get that position because, you know, Nehemiah supported Joseph Parker in his bulk. I mean, all of the things that's happening, nobody is coming to see, you know what, this is bad governance. We demand better governance. And as such, we're going to protest until we get redress. I mean, nobody is doing it. Some people are saying it's too early to do, you know, such a thing, but I think it's kind of going downhill. I was apprehensive about criticizing this government so early in this tenure, but I think it's really going downhill. And we need people on the ground who have the political cachet to galvanize people and protest for better governance. Look, we're in America, we'll be fine. We're working, we're making money. But the people there who are suffering, they have to try to save themselves. They have to ask for more accountability. Those of us in the diaspora who sit on these platforms will talk for now until our face get blue. But the people who are on the ground, who are way more than us in the diaspora, if they're not demanding accountability and taking civil actions to the government, they will be the ones suffering the most. And it seems like they're just being lackadaisical and for their own suffering and the economic peril and political peril that they find themselves in. They're not doing anything to get out of it. So, Mr. Cannon, we all appreciate it. We listen to the show. We enjoy it. But the real people that will make the change are those on the ground who are suffering the day-to-day effects of this poor governance that we're seeing in the country. But thank you for taking my call. I'll leave it right there.
For sure. Thank you so much. So keep your calls coming in if you want to add your voice to this conversation. So Monga, let me see. Yeah, so Monga, you have 8 people now, so you got 22.
22.
Yeah, 8 people. Yeah, so you know, the brother talk about Costa and talk about people unwilling to, you know, to hold the government feet to the fire. I'm also glad that he mentioned himself as one of the people who felt that the government needed some time. There are a lot of people too with that same mindset that it's too early. But you know, we have a saying in Liberia, we say justice delay 89. If you allow people to get accustomed to stealing, you will get people to, if you allow people to put their foot in and get stronger in stealing from you, it will be too late if you try to fight them. Because what happened? As is right now, you are saying it's too early. You are giving them time to steal more. You are giving them time to put their root on the ground and be stronger. So by the time you're ready now to fight them, it will be too late for you. And that's Labra right there. Money power is the power in Liberia. Even those who voted for these people, if you wait, you allow them to get the money they are getting, they want to get right now. You know what's going to happen? The same people that voted for them, they will start using this money on them, give them crop of what they are getting. And then the people who are supposed to be the victim will be the one to be defending their oppressors. The same Liberian people that voted for these people that they are stealing from right now, they will be the same people then that will be calling you, insulting you and myself, saying that you're wasting your time. Because they're not doing it because they believe in the people. They are not doing it because people are doing anything good for them, but simply because they are getting a crop, a little bit left over that they are getting from those guys in the Senate and in the House of Representatives. Because they are getting that, they buy scratch guy, put it in their phones, getting $20, $50 out of the $100,000 they are stealing. They are satisfied. And they will be calling you now, calling me, insulting me, telling us, say, you're wasting your time, you're saying I'm in America there. We're not complaining, we're here, we're okay. So there's no better time to fight corruption. There's no particular time to fight ills in the society, then now you don't allow it to grow. You don't give that thing anything, anytime. When they start, you crush it or you fight it. Then you have something. But if you sit by and allow the people to get rooted in their corruption, look at what's going on right now. From the start, we said Joseph Boakai was not in control yesterday. That's not true. We said Joseph Boakai was outsourcing his responsibility to the Senate. When Joseph Boakai called the senator and said, these are the people that are going to be doing the recruitment for him. Joseph Boakai called senators, called them rescue senators, to be the one to be do the vetting for them. Guess what happened? All of them, instead of vetting, you know what they did? They all came out with a list of their own people to be appointed. The DeLong, the Yombly, the Prince Moi, the James Barney. They had a list of their own people, including Senator Johnson. So what happened? They all brought their people then that Joseph Boakai friends and people then brought to him. If they don't let any of them, they remove them, they put their own people there. And Joseph Boakai changed nothing. He agreed with every decision they made because he gave them the authority to do so. Guess what happening now? They said that one was not enough. You give us power, we made all the appointment for you. Now you give us power, we the one going to run the government for you now, including the budgeting. And we put more there for ourselves. And you can't do nothing about it. Come and sign it. Joseph Boakai came right away and signed it. That's Liberia right there. I don't know how far we got to go with this, but I mean, this is not a good start for Joseph Boakai and his government. They are setting themselves up for failure. And I believe Liberian people will vote against these corruptions down the line. I'm not sure when, but it will happen. Trust me. Because too soon. This is how Jowia government got killed. Jowia government lost the confidence of the people from the start. With the $16 billion missing, from the $5 million mop-up exercise, corruption here and there, people dying mysteriously from everywhere, corruption everywhere, IMF accusing them, donors country accusing them, especially when IMF came and took over the central bank, helping them to regulate, they saw a lot of things.
Yep.
So this is how Jowia government, died, in the first 2 years. Joseph Boakai only started too soon. So Steve, welcome back.
Yes.
Based on the calls from the people are angry, people are upset, and people are speaking out. Liberia we are now on the right trajectory right now. We are heading in the wrong direction. I don't know if there's any turning back or somebody will somehow erect checkpoints where we will stop. But the way we are going right now, we are going downward. I don't know whether, whether we'll make
we won't make it, right?
I don't know. Maybe we will, but I'm not sure.
Well, Mr. Kane, in as much as I didn't listen to the callers, but I I would expect that any conscious-minded group of people would take serious offense to what has been done. And the one that getting to me is the audacity plus, these guys got no fear. Yeah. The same thing in Teresa Joe we are for. Then on top of it, Joseph Boakai comes in. Anyway, I got a call on me. Let me put a call on before I make my point. Because
all right, yeah, I got all the calls through here when you're done.
Yeah, call, what's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
This is the undercover citizen calling from Minnesota. How are you?
Yeah, undercover citizen from Minnesota. What's going on? You been on call for 6 years. You can't be on call again for another 6 years. What's going on?
Yeah, man. Look, you know what? I think a lot of the people in like maybe my statistics might be wrong. If all of these people do not understand the value of money, because if you see a lawmaker that's telling you that he's having about 80,000, 100,000.
See what happened? The guy's voice is going in and out. We're not even hearing him.
Can you hear me now? Ben, you gotta speak a little louder, please.
The voice is loud, but the voice just in and out for some reason.
Yeah,
All right. You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you better. You guys can hear you now, right?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what I was saying is that most people don't understand the value of money. Because when you look at the amount of money some of these guys make, somebody tell you that they're having 100,000 or 80,000. Do you know how much you will work in the West for you to save $100,000?
Yeah.
I mean, because these people don't understand the value of money. That's why they're not getting angry. Because there's no rest in the world in Africa for a man to work for even 5 years and then say he has $60,000 saved in his account. You're crazy. You must be really crazy. The man is robbing you. Maybe some of us will have to go the LA route. Because at some point in time now, this BS has to stop. Because there is no competition to run with these guys. You can't campaign against them. They are already far ahead of you. They are giving themselves $150,000. How do you campaign against that amount of money? How do you? So because of this unfair attitude, we will start putting ourselves together too and see if Ellen did it and they got away with it. We can also do it too. That BS has to stop.
All right, thank you.
It has to stop. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Okana, I know you say you got some calls.
Yeah, let me take Abraham, then we can go back to you. Abraham, are you there?
Yeah, Senor.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, how you doing, brother? Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to all the guys on the show, man. Great topic and very fascinating and really disheartening. You know, few things real quick. I don't know whether you guys have access to the budget that got submitted by the former government, because it was around $680,000. I mean, it was less than the current budget that just got passed by the legislature. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to see to do some comparative analysis on it, whether there were some of the things that these current legislators included in that budget that were not mentioned in the previous budget. That's one. Two, so there are a lot of things. I think Elvis Morris mentioned that the people have been bamboozled. And Liberia is allowing herself to go down the road. I'm sorry. Because the people are not standing up. The last drastic things that has been done are people just talk and then that's it. It's not going to change a lot of these things. Second, look, firstly, to even get for the country to be responsible for buying these lawmakers a $50,000 car every 3 years is ridiculous.
It is.
Because if you have a man still going for 6 years as a House of Representative member, meaning before he leaves, you have bought $100,000 car because you have to buy him 2 cars. If you got a senator that go for 9 years, that's 3 cars. Second, I mean, how can a whole country like Liberia sustain such? Then you're talking about people coming in, including in the budget, talking about they should make allocation that projects in their community. The taxpayer should be responsible for that. I mean, these are people that they need to start to boo the industry right now, quite honestly. The constituents, they need to start to question them and need to start to shame them publicly because this is ridiculous. I have not delved into the budget in its entirety, but what is on paper that is the responsibility of taxpayers is the vehicle issue. It's there. It's written that that's an entitlement for them. Nobody told you to go and put yourself forward to be elected as a representative.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be parents, taxpayers to buy you those kind of expensive vehicles. Come on, man, Sickle. It's very painful that people keep listening to these things. That even if you want to remain silent on issue, it's not going to happen. But I can say this: if you mean well for a country as a president, those are budgets that you veto when it comes on your desk. Then obviously those kind of behavior will start. But that's not the case. Second, we live in a Taylor era. Until Taylor left Liberia, they bought this lawmaker one car. That if you can remember by that, I know you were with the transport unit over there. That Nissan Trooper that they bought for them, that was it.
My man, I know it came to a time where some of the lawmakers that were gapping, some of them used to use those vehicles for transportation to make money when they
Let me tell you this. I don't want to call it, but let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Before I came to the state, I was in the transportation business. One of my vehicles got hit right at the Johnson and Slipway Junction by a lawmaker from Bowman County. He destroyed my car. So he could not afford to even fix that car until I came to America. That's how much he didn't have the kind of resources at their disposal like that. Now you got this country that you got to be responsible. Even the folks in the mayor house got to be paying for that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's ridiculous.
Give them money. Give them money for gas and cell phones.
I don't want to delve into that whole $19 million that Mong was talking about. But the ones that is visible that we've been dealing with is something that needs to stop. Quite honestly, because if you're paying this man about $8,000 or $5,000 a month, this man should be in a position to buy himself a vehicle, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I got another caller here, begging Mr. Kane.
Go ahead.
Yeah, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Good afternoon, Steve, and let me say good afternoon to the entire team. Great show. I hope the spotlight on the legislators will continue this way. You know, Steve, one way we can enlighten our people is to go back to what a few years ago when I was in the media, the UNDP was sponsoring a program, Spotlight on the Legislators. Now, with the level of modern journalism on an increase today, I think the media, let your platforms, don't do it one time, at least twice a week, create a spotlight on the legislators. Like you said earlier in your intro, our lawmakers are a serious problem in our country. I'll take you back a few years back. There was a company that came to Liberia from Great Britain called Broadway. When Broadway came to prospect, Broadway gave all of our lawmakers vehicles just to have the concession to go through. The justification from the lawmakers was that because our roads were deplorable, they needed those vehicles, they got money, they got vehicles. At the end of the day, they ate Broadway money. That concession never reached anywhere. So the more we create enlightenment, information to enlighten our people, not only here in the diaspora, but Liberians back home, you know, that way it's going to alleviate this perception that people run to the Capitol building just to get elected. Because once you talk about this one time and leave it, the next time we're going to election, our people will do the same thing because they are not adequately informed. And when UNDP was doing it at the time, people's eyes started opening on the lawmakers. But now you don't have UNDP sponsoring that program. But all these media institutions, instead of focusing on what a presidential candidate says, even though what they say constitute news, make news, but the legislators are serious problem in our country. Thank you, gentlemen.
So what's your name, please? You did not tell your name, please.
The Pastor Jerry Cummings.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted the public to.
Jerome, come and recognize the voice.
Yeah, I'm a boy from all the way back, so I know it.
Yeah, you need to use to go way back.
Yeah, before I take the next caller, Steve, you were not on. The senator from
River G
called in, and he didn't like our reporting of some of the comment we made. He said he's on the budget committee.
We will be happy to receive him.
Yeah, he asked for an opportunity to come on SKTV on Monday or Tuesday, so we told him to come Monday.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have the senator here on Monday to discuss the budget.
What is senator name again? Dapo?
They say he's in River G. That the only thing I remember, I can't remember the name.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Maybe that because River G, I think I watch it somewhere.
Yeah,
that's Dapo.
Okay. Yeah, so
okay.
He said he's on the budget committee, so
that's good.
He wants an opportunity to come on the show to
we'd love to have him here.
And tomorrow again, we'll do a comparative analysis of the budget job we had in left to see what you did. We know.
It's okay. Let's say this. 267 or 16148. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is
Nancy, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. The last time I called on the show, that people is now 144. You all will talk 6 years here. When our time reaches, they will flip. They will put job we are there. That what the people do to themselves. So when you're blaming anybody on the thinking, you don't blame the lawmakers, you don't blame the president, you don't blame no one. You're blaming the Liberian people themselves. You need to put it in the head and say, this is your fault. This is your fault. The things you're going through right now, you're responsible for your own failure. So let it enjoy it. Because Liberian people, they don't know how to choose when it comes to important things. They put their feelings. They put their feelings there. This thing it just is so heartbreaking. It's so discouraging, to see Liberians, to see our country like this. And it's like we have no hope, nothing. So if we hold on to it and say, you know what, they think it change. You're not seeing any green light. You understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we the Liberians in the diaspora here, we can put ourselves together to go to the White House. Mobilize ourselves from every part of the states and go to Washington, D.C. Maybe something will change. But we just sit down and just talk. Nothing will change. Like people go back to that point of made the same mistakes. That's the nature. That's the nature of the calling and acting like, you're going to feel sorry for them now. We should hold them, put them on our back. We're not going to do that. They are responsible for their own failure. The thing that happened in the country, they have so many options they could pick from. They refuse it. They say they will not do it. They refuse. They have Mr. Cummings who have all the he had everything, I don't even know what to say. He had everything in him to bring to Liberia. They said they not want him. They refused him. They rejected him. They said not want him. So let them enjoy what they have. Let them enjoy it. And they will not call to say they're suffering because we're not going to get that stuff there. They're not suffering. They will not say, our children dying, only one happy to we won't get that today. We have to give it back to the Liberian people then because that's a decision and they have to enjoy it. They have to enjoy it. We have to put it in their head every single day so they can get it in there. Maybe next time, maybe they will go to the poor and change their mind and start to do things for themselves. But besides that, you have to put in their head every day. So you have to put it, all of you have to put in their head that it's your fault. That you elect your people, your senator, your president, the executive. The executive place, the executive that's supposed to be very tough. The man is just sleeping. So what kind of thing is that? What kind of country is that? They just sell our country and just share our own money. We go here, we for our own money.
Oh, sell our country and sell our own money? No, we're not going to do that.
Share the money. Simple and short. Because me and that talking with Liberian people, me, I'm not talking for no Liberian people again. I'm done with Liberians. They're not worth fighting for. Let it die. Let the children die.
No. Don't say that. Don't say that.
No.
She sound like Jean.
I know you're angry, but don't say like that. Don't say that.
She sounded like Jean Salisa Diba. She said the damn country and share the money.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go to Abraham from Norway. Abraham, I think you're the last caller before we go back to our people. Yeah, go ahead.
My mom is failed tonight.
Okay.
It really, and since I'm hearing that the match will be replayed tomorrow, all you people calling, one senator is coming on the show here.
On Monday.
I'm asking you guys, I know you, the three of you, besides the other boys, you, Brother Steve, and Brigadier Moore, you guys are very, very, informed when it comes to doing research. I want you guys to give us a chance. But in your deliberation on Monday, I want you guys to find out the information before Monday. Thank God that He has given us an ample time. How much each of the senators making per month? How much gallon of gasoline they getting? Their cell phone call.
Amen. Hold on, Abraham. Hold on. Let me tell this to you. You're not scared the mayor from coming to the show.
I know, right?
Other people there, they listening, when they hear that somebody come here, they will call the person, they don't go on that show. Say the mayor call and ask opportunity. Let's wait for the man to come here, then we can ask the man the relevant questions. But we should not act like we're planning to come and butcher the man here. Please.
Okay. I will take your advice.
Okay, thank you.
Sometimes, Brother, I ask myself, who is this light that we have?
Which light? You got light? What kind of light talking about? Chinese light or Japanese light? Which light talking about? Or American light? You talking about light, or you talking about a real human being or light? Oh, okay. I understand now. Yeah, but they don't stay the life for some people.
She is saying out of frustration. Anybody could say such a thing. Because it's like our people are not informed. So these things here, when time comes for voting, they can just put anybody inside. You just imagine. After we made noise for 30,000.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, these two people are going to increase it. If you read that story, each of them is going to carry 100,000.
These people don't care.
For so-called legislative projects.
Anyway,
what is the rule? And every county has a development superintendent. Every county has a county inspector. Every county has superintendent proper. What is the role of these superintendents and the county inspectors? That a senator will got to leave Monrovia or representative has to leave Monrovia and go do development in the county. And give them advantage over all good people who may want to come to contest. So these things here, my people, we beg you, help us a chance when the man come, we will call him and talk to him too.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, the man left, but the man stay. The man still going, stay, can't get over it. So,
yeah, go ahead. Let me get some update as to where we are.
Yeah, so we got 11 people now. The last time it was 8 people, right?
Yeah.
Now we got 11 people that have come in. I think this is Mike from Europe as well. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, where are you calling from? I know it's Mike.
from Sweden.
Sweden, okay. The other person from Norway, from Sweden.
Good show tonight, Brother.
Thank you.
You know, a friend of mine was in Liberia from the Ivory Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said that if Liberia will get a good president, it will take between 50 to, 25 to 30 years to put together, to put on track. If not, Liberia, it will take 100 years to get Liberia out of the mess that is in. He was there for investment, you understand, but he ran away. He said, no, Liberia is a dead country.
Wow.
Dead. It will take 50 years to get Liberia on track with a good president, or else a century. Now, the last thing I want to say is that, you know, Brasilu, always when you go to the swimming pool, right, a public pool, right, you found the excuse to say, you found a group of stupid people, all of them jump in the pool together. And the smart one would say, let's wait and let the pool and finish with from the pool, then before we jump there to start swimming. There's something to say that the pool of fools and the pool of genius. And the choice that the fools make in a country, their majority, it has consequence on the minority, the genius in the country. And Liberia is suffering from that. You understand? Let the people eat what they vote for, better simple. You don't preach no sorrowful song. Let it soak for 3 years, the Gary. Then, when they know what they voted for, then they will make the rightful choice the next time. That's a good. Your thing for the show. You keep preaching their own sorrowful song to them. Let them feel it. But nothing else, your Mokama, with no suggestion. Thank you.
Wow.
There's a kind of got a call.
All right, I also have a caller here. Yeah, go ahead.
Today the lungs.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please? It's not easier to the people that never call before calling. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Mark Sampson calling from the backyard over Africa TV, Arizona.
Yeah.
So, I was just having a chat with one of the panelists and Steve Sekou and Brazilian Monk. The revelation today about the legislature's dealings with regards to the budget is just a clear manifestation to say why these guys, during every electionary period, decide to gang themselves together in the name of, legislative or senators playbook.
Yep.
And that also trickled down to the representatives. That they put themselves together to give their support to a particular presidential candidate. And if you look at the trend, they go behind somebody they know they will have influence over, they will have control to be able to get their way to. Why you think they don't go behind candidates that they know is capable and, to make the relevant difference and changes that the country needs to benefit the majority of the people in the country? We have Cummings, we have Jerome Gumbler, we have Moniba. Why do you think these lawmakers, if they were in the interest of changing the system and changing the country, they didn't go behind those people? If you speak to some of them, they will tell you these guys are good, but they don't want to support them because they know these guys, they cannot exert the influence and control over them to keep the system corrupt.
Yep.
Because they will keep doing what they can do to steal from the country and to benefit from the country. And our people do not understand these things. They don't know these things. So when these guys are giving their support to a particular candidate, they think they are doing in the interest of the country and the ordinary people. But it's only in their own interest. So our people need to understand that where these guys go during electionary period, they should not follow that trend because they know that person behind closed door, they already have some sort of, arrangement that when you come, this is what we have to do. We will control you. We will influence you. Dylan, Yomli Kanga, you think they didn't know that Bwaka was not capable of running the country. The few that they will give their support.
Okay.
And this is what is happening. So our people need to learn. And the change needs to start from our people by taking different trends. That's my contribution. And I hope they will learn from the happening of the previous 6 years and now this one we find ourselves into. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mark. Mr. Kane, sorry for interrupting. I just want to take this call up because it's been on hold for a while.
I'm sorry, Steve. The person that we're calling, they were not calling to actually participate on the show. The person was calling to let us know that they were watching from all the way Panama, and because they like the show today, they like the topic and we are doing great. So the person kind of like, just sent $25 as just contribution to SKTV Friday. Like you always do on, So the person just tell us thank you for the show.
Yeah, Mr. Kane, I want to make a point to the sister that spoke. Sometimes I feel the same way, and sometimes someone will say these things. It's not that we're wishing bad on our people, and I'll have to agree with you that the Liberian people got to live with this. My only thing here is most of the deception in the politics for the people to be elected, they plan it along with the executive.
Yeah.
Even the past election. That's why I say it's sweet for Georgia. He could not have a unity party. The last minute time unity party play him. That's why you see him very passing, very tight, very Jeremiah Kuna, whatever they play him to they be into Ungin. Because they promised them that they would have won in the second round. They should work together to get rid of Cummins and Taiwan Gonglo then. That was the deal that they had initially. When it got to the second round now, United Party flipped the switch on them because United Party could not sit again and wait for another 6 years to be hungry. That's why you see John Weah very passing around, but you will see himself, nobody worry about him. The only problem I got with our people, they could not come out to stand up for the vote. They know that they didn't vote that way. They could have come out. That was the question I got with them. But in terms of the cheating, the Liberian people never voted for Joseph Boakai and John Weah overwhelmingly. No way. There is no way that happened. They manipulated it, the votes, because that's who they are. And they don't know about it. That's Senator Dara Delon, CEO, he knows about it. These guys are just bad. They are bad by nature. They will not do what is good. They will not do what is right. They're a bunch of crooks. And to make it even worse, you got someone who's the chief crook as president, Joseph Boakai. I told you, we're saying every day on SKTV. Joseph Boakai would have vetoed that bill. He could, if Joseph Boakai was in the interest of the Liberian people, that particular budget, Joseph Boakai will not rush from America after the king here and spend $2 million, Phil Desmond passing around here with Kengo on here. When he went back to Liberia, he should have told them no. What was the emergency that they had to sign that bill right to the RIA? What kind of emergency were there? What kind of emergency the country catch you?
Emergency for stealing.
But I have to tell you that the priority is
quick before SKTV and other people.
Gigi James said, please make our offering basket announcement. I'll update.
Amen. The one person that I just mentioned, that's the person.
Okay.
So now we have a. What did I tell you first? Just I want to
say, well, I can't remember. I think you said 11.
I think it was 12, right?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, so now 13.
So 13.
Okay,
17.
Okay, another person added. Now 14.
14. Okay, 16 more. If I can reach our territory, we'll do it tomorrow. We don't want to do money business on 2 days.
No, that person, they want to make it 14. That one not for us. The person said for the baby food.
Okay.
So that's for Mabel.
That's great.
So for SKTV, the Friday we still have 13 people.
Yeah, we ain't even halfway there yet. But
you said we need a 30, right?
30 should be our circle. At least $20 minimum on a Friday. At least from 30 people, that make a little bit of sense for operational costs. Yeah. I mean, that should be bare minimum, SKTV. Sometimes the lady who called, I could feel that resentment in her voice. And a lot of people, it's becoming like a sentiment, and a lot of people share the same view. You see, that's why sometimes it bothers me when people from the diaspora, mostly, I'm not trying to write off the people from back home, but the diaspora carry a major stake. You are the financial muscle the diaspora contribute more to the economy than even all the investment combined in Liberia, all the concession agreement. Can you imagine that? And we don't participate. I see SKTV. Second, one of the reasons I joined the show, I see SKTV, I'm looking at it from a futuristic standpoint, would be a medium for us to do something major in our country, especially those in the diaspora. Yeah. So when we come here, when I say, you say, why make it? I say, let me be the one leading the whole fundraising effort, because I want to see that response from our people here. Yeah. Look, you can sit down in the comfort of the West all you want. At a certain point in time, you will want to go back home. I can tell anybody. And the thing here is, if we cannot tell the people back home, if we cannot be on the same page, then it means we should be part of the process. Yeah. Because we want for the people in the diaspora to vote, even in a losing effort, at least the voices were heard. Then people making decisions for you while you are carrying the financial burden of the country will be a participator in the process, or participant in the process. So whether it's about diaspora voting, whether it's about us pushing legislation that will benefit us, it must start on SKTV. That's the whole narrative of the SKTV. Because the one major advantage, I said, we are all over the country now on the radio, that even the common person can hear SKTV. So it cannot get any better than this. Yeah. So on Friday, when we come here, we'll tell people, make this contribution, support it. Don't take it for granted. Keep pushing it. Because, look, it's painful that you go to an election every 6 years and the people who are making decisions for you are doing the complete opposite of what you
do. Because they are not informed.
It might sound radical, but when you talk to some people behind the scene, like Cyrus, they will tell you that the only way something can happen in our country, and what that lady was trying to say in reverse, in another way, the diaspora must engage into an economic boycott. If you cannot push my dream and aspiration for a better Liberia, you and myself will benefit from, then enjoy what you got. I'm taking my support. And most Liberians are leaning to water because it's frustrating. You take care of your bills here, you take care of your children here, you allocate resources to make sure your family back there, that they got a life going on. And every time there is an election, they do the complete opposite. And the thing about diaspora participating, it does not benefit one party, because the last time I checked, Unity Party got a chapter here, CDC got a chapter here. But at least let us be heard in the process. Let us be a participant in the process. That every Liberian should be able to cast a ballot too. So that some dude who's selling chicken fellow in Liberia, or who think he's taking kush or zombie, cannot be the one to decide the future for me and you.
Yeah.
No. If all of us make a decision and they win, I will live with that. But you cannot be making decisions for us all the time, every 6 years. No. It must start, and it will start on SKTV. That's why I put my time and my research behind SKTV. I said, no, we must start it from here. Because maybe some people don't get it on SKTV. Maybe they just think that just some, maybe Mong and Sekou ain't got nothing, they just come here to just talk. Bigger than what you think, because you don't get it yet. You are going through inflation here. You go to work here, you stay on your feet, you work hard for your labor, you earn your labor. And somebody will just come and put $150,000 in a budget and just walk away.
For nothing.
For nothing. Apart from his salaries, apart from his new cars, apart from refurbishing his office, apart from getting gas slip, apart from traveling allowances, they still putting extra money in the budget. And you want to sit here and think that this thing is a child's play. No, it's not only about them, it's about you too.
And Mo, thank you so much for that, brilliant analysis of the issues. You could not have said it better, especially when it comes to the importance of our voices being heard across the country. Do you know why senators and representatives, they got concerned, and even the president, when they got concerned, anytime their names are mentioned on SKTV? It's because they know that the people in the country listen to SKTV. And the fact that they're aware that local people now are listening to SKTV across the country, not just one place. That senator who called, he's from the Southeast, River G. They listen to people calling from Riverside. They listen to people calling from Zwedu. They listen to people calling from Lofa, Bon County, and other part of the of Liberia. They know whatever that is said on SKTV, they go across the country. They know that, they understand that. And in order for us to be able to hold their feet to the fire, is to keep that rhythm going. And to do that, we have to make sure we take care of our guys back home, especially have been on 3 radio stations in the country. It's not an easy thing. We are not on the platform, but we are going extra mile because we want to make sure whatever we do yield some fruit. That's the only reason. So when we come here, we ask you to support SKTV, do this, do that. If you do, we will appreciate it. If you don't, we will still be here, but we can only do so much.
Yeah, that's it.
We're not going to quit because you don't support us. No. We were here for years before anybody even started sending off, father. And we'll continue to do what we do. The only difference is the more you support us, the more we improve our reach. More, I can tell you right now, after being all over the place, do you know a few other relations have been reaching out to SKTV? They want to be carrying the show.
Yeah, they want to syndicate the show.
Other people too, in other country, other community organizations, in other cities, in Liberia, not Monrovia. They've been reaching out to us. They want to be carrying the show, but it comes with cost incentive. There are reasons, they are doing it because they
will get that exposure.
They will get exposure, and they will be getting some stuff. You understand? So, and to facilitate their being on, we might not pay them a lot of money, but at least operating,
Yeah, the operating costs.
So, some even continue to say, I don't need anything for you. You just help me with this.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we carry SKTV. We love the way you guys carry the show. We love the information that you guys provide to the Liberian people. And when the lawmakers, even the president, when they hear their name, when they hear us talk, why is it that some of you people getting so angry to the extent that they want to enter the TV or to hit somebody? Because they don't want the people to hear the truth. And that's what we do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Not only we tell them the truth, we also provide them suggestions.
Yes.
And recommendations. Do you know, somebody called me yesterday, Monk, one of SKTV. Anyway, let me update you first before we go to that, because
yeah,
so let's see, 4, 5. Yeah, I want to make sure that I give you a quick update. So now we have 16 people now.
We halfway there.
Yeah,
let's reach it to at least when we're above the 20 arena. Then I know we're getting there.
We can go to 20 people. That would be good.
Yeah,
so,
then we end it tomorrow.
Yeah, the last time I told you it was about 14, so it was about 13 actually. Now we got about 16 people that have done it. Somebody just said like $15. Another person said $20. That was after that person that sent money for the baby food. Yeah, so thank you all, and we want to say thank you. Monk, let me tell you, yesterday somebody called me, one of the sisters from SKTV. She said, Seku, I'm confused. I said, what happened? She said, somebody from the Unity Party calling her, asking her, why Seku and SKTV not saying anything about the president traveling to? Why did not give you all more information? I said, but she said, well, you the Unity Party person, I will be asking you. Now you sending me to Seku to go find information to give to you. So that is to tell you how much people rely on SKTV for information. Sometimes they will come and tell you, say, oh, they're not true. You're this, you're here, you're this and that. They're doing all I want just to satisfy themselves and to satisfy their masters. But deep down, they know the importance of SKTV and the information we provide. And I've said this before, time without number. We have some of the most reliable
supporters
fans and followers.
Yeah.
Regardless, they are always here. When we need any support. There are certain people that can just come and go on a daily basis, but there are people that are consistently consistent, following SKTV and supporting SKTV. And for that, we are grateful. So, unless you have something else to say, I think we can. Or you see, you want us to take it to.
Yeah, that will literally 20. Then tomorrow we can just wrap it up for the week.
So we need 4 more people to send.
Yeah, 4 more people.
4 more people.
Yeah, get close the day.
It doesn't matter how much you send. We just need 4 more people.
And Sekou, here's the thing. The reason I brought up, I came up with that particular talking point. When you speak with some families here, they got people who prioritize the people back home that they allocate a portion of their income. They can even pay their own bills here.
Yeah.
Whether it's the nieces, the nephew, the uncle, the brother, whether it's feeding, whether it's their school fees. Look, they got people who just work here just to make sure that people survive over there. Because they understand the society they came from. They know how poor that country is. They know about job opportunity that it barely come back. So they think that by being here, they are a representative of their people overseas.
Yeah.
That's the reason they are here.
Absolutely.
But guess what? Every time those people will let them down. And the one thing the folks back who don't understand, if the country does better, it benefits people in the diaspora and them. So it's like you are killing 2 birds with a single stone. Because if you can find a job, if you can make a better living, you will not depend on someone here to send you something back there.
Yeah.
And the people in the diaspora, the one thing they fail to realize is you are carrying 2 extra burdens. Second, when you see some of the money transfer activity that happens in this country, look at the transfer. I mean, I'm talking about the remittances, billions of dollars.
So one person just sent $10 from to the Zelle. So
okay.
So any amount you send, we'll count it.
Yeah.
So we got 3 more people to support.
And your politicians, they're always running here. Soon inauguration finish. The people in the diaspora don't vote. But the moment there is election or there are elections, and immediately after election, you want to come give update to people in the diaspora. Why? If you think we are not that important, why you are always running here? Because they see you as a cash cow that they can come here and hold fundraiser. You get them money. So for us, we are under debt to provide the funds, right? But it's not to be held accountable when it comes to making the country better so we all can benefit. So the diaspora will take a stand. And if the diaspora will take a stand, if there will be any path for the diaspora in terms of decision making, it can only happen from this platform because now we are all over the country. And second, here's the thing. Even if the election commission say that they cannot find out the operation that Liberian in the diaspora can vote, the diaspora are able to find out that particular exercise. We have the financial muscles to do it. You can put some petitions from here. We did it before with Bill Jones. At the time, I can still remember James Marshall, Muna Farhad, Alan Cassell, how they call him, even the Eugene Fagon, Musa Welly, all the guys, when they came out with that draconian law that they should kick Bill Jones off the ballot because they want that the central bank governor or whosoever should resign prior to the election. We're like, bro, this thing is unconstitutional. And guess what? That petition started from overseas. The people overseas said, no, we can't allow that to happen. It's unconstitutional. You cannot use this to muscle a man from the presidency. If you want to run, that is constitutional right. It started from here. And the same thing we can do here. So when you come on SKTV and we're making this announcement, look, my brother, my sister, try your best. Because the money you are spending in that country, when you look at, in one thing about our people, they don't, that one thing about the white people in the country, white men will calculate everything, even the gas. Even the coffee you can drink, we'll put it on a spreadsheet to know how much
it will smoke.
Yeah. Our people,
budget.
Yeah. Our people, they don't keep track of their financial activity. I tell them, like, if you go back to whether it's the same way or your money grant, just ask for like a report and see how much you send in that country. With
my man, before you go too far, I look at I was sending money to our guys, our kids, for the transportation and Delta, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just click something pop up, like in my history. My man, I look at the certain period to certain period. I look at 8,900. I said, well, when did I send all this money?
You can't believe it. You won't.
8,000?
Yeah.
And I look at the period in which we send our money. I'm like, what's going on?
Yes.
So you are 100% right. So, Mom, since you were talking, another person saying $20. So we.
Marie Pratt, sorry for your loss, man.
Okay. Mom, I was talking about somebody sending $20. Then another person just sent $60.
Okay.
So
we are 10 short because $60 almost 3. So we are 20.
Yeah, so that means we got 20 already.
Yeah, 10 shot. If not, we'll continue tomorrow, but it's sickening, you know.
Yeah, 10 people stay sharp, but it's okay. I mean, that person, the sensitivity of that one, we'll consider that one 3. So we got 20 people already. Because once say 120 times 30.
Yeah.
But more, I think we can maybe continue tomorrow. Let's see.
We will.
Well, our people, honestly, you know, they're always supporting us and we appreciate them. And one thing I've always stressed is that we have a certain group of people that are always doing it. Sometimes I can be embarrassed to even ask, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. We are coming here every day. And people benefit from the information we provide.
Yeah.
And like Mo said, if we are working for all of us, if Liberia got better, it will even reduce.
What benefits? They take the pressure from you.
We reduce our sending money to Liberia. if your brother or sister is working, making money for themselves, you don't have to worry. And that can only happen when we have investors who have a conducive environment that will attract investors and other people to come in the country, you know, to invest. Our people got jobs, they got paid. We are here sending money to them. We're not taking the money from the street. It's because you're working. Because the environment is provided for you to work. There are a lot of people in Liberia that want to work, but they don't have the opportunity. And that opportunity will not be provided without having.
And then you got a better government, government system.
Right government in place. And without we fighting the ills in the society. Imagine the $13 million going to these lawmakers for nothing.
Million.
Pay. You know how many jobs that can create?
Yeah, 13 million.
$13 million? They're not 1,300,000.
Yeah.
They're not 13
million.
13 million United States dollars.
Yes.
Do you know how many jobs that can create?
Yeah.
Do you know that? Do you know how many Zogo that can take from the street?
Yeah.
You go put it even the work in the factory, put it on the line. Just to be packaging, stuff, cartoon, and expecting something at the end of the month. Do you know how many people can benefit from that? Let's say if you employ 10 people, or maybe you employ 100 people. Guess what? The 100 people that you employed, maybe one or two of them get some family. Maybe one of them got wives. Maybe they got children. It means that you are employing 100 family. In 100 family, some family size could be 2, 3, 4, 5, even more. You know how many lives you are saving. But you're taking that money, give it to one group of people to exploit the country for doing nothing, simply because people voted for you. That means you are punishing them for voting for you. Again, a lot of people are saying that we should continue this particular topic tomorrow on the radio, digging deeper, putting the Liberian legislature under the microscope. We'll do it. We're working for you guys. We're working for the Liberian people. Whatever you want, that's what you get. The only thing we ask of you is just to support us, give us, empower us. Help us help you. Information is not cheap, trust me. These people, they are concerned. They're getting concerned because they know when they are discussed on SKTV, the whole Liberia will hear it. The whole world will hear it. And that will drive the narrative. That will drive the conversation. And they don't want to be discussed. because it kind of exposes their ills and the corruption and corrupt attitude that they engage in. I want to say thank you to all of you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you sticking around for almost 3 hours now. Mo?
Yeah, Sekou?
You got the last word, bro.
Yeah, man. Let's just call it quit. We hear from our people tomorrow as usual. I mean, not much to be said. I think we've covered the day already.
So you get 10 people tomorrow, right?
Oh yeah, 10 to complete a week because you know it's just Friday 10. 30. We will take anything above 30, but 30 should be the standard, you know, it should be the benchmark at least.
All right, man. Thank you, my man. Thank you so much. My people here, thank you. We